Oh, I didn't know it was gonna end. Oh, whoops. Hey, Kill Sims. What's up, girl? Crystal Beth, Rich Lux in the house. Cheaty. Don't forget to like up the stream, y'all. Hey, Maddie, what's up, girl? Let's just let some more people come up in here and then we'll start up the broadcast. The podcast. I'm excited. It's going to be a great show. Y'all have no idea. And my mic is fixed. Whoop, whoop. Squee! All right, Maddie. You good, you good. Thank you, Maddie. Yes. 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 Victory. Yes, I'll have call-ins later. But first, we're going to get into the drama. Woo-wee. Oh my God, what a freaking entrance. And not only that, but do y'all hear the way that I sound right now? Do y'all hear this? Do you hear this? Do you? Oh my God. Okay, so Abby, are you muted?
No.
Okay, sweet. Okay, so as you can see, we have Abby Blackbird on here. I know. Thank you, Drew. Oh my God, it's been such a headache. I have been working on my audio forever. Like ever since Keemstar said that my audio sucked. I was like, dude, I've got to get my freaking audio on point. Like it's got to be snatched, right? And I finally did it. Oh my God, I've been working on it for so long, y'all. Okay, I'm so grateful. So for today's show, Keem will do that. Yeah, but you know what? I know how to take positive criticism because if anything, all it does is make you better. Oh my God, why is YouTube censoring? Really? Oh wait. Oh, because she said shithead. I see you. What's up, Xylee? Thank you for being here. So we're gonna get into a bunch of drama, but first, I do have to I know my audio sounds great. Yes, we're killing it. Okay, so first and foremost, I did make a mistake. I'm the first mofo to own up when I make a mistake. Someone went in my DMs and gave me a very, very strongly worded message telling me about where I jacked up. I screwed the pooch, right? And so I just wanted to say, Rich looks, Keemstar broke the truth. I can hear his voice right now. So thank you for being here, Rich. So
I'm so excited about this.
I know it's going to be amazing.
Good stuff.
This is so many great
Remember
topics.
when this drama broke out? And it was, dude, I'm still, okay, anyways, we'll get into that.
Yeah, so many topics. So first and foremost, I do want to say I reported on a story about some very unfavorable things happening and involving some dude named Slug, which I thought was a piece of you know what. But we're not going to get into that. What we are going to get into is that Rabbi Jane made sure to tell me that because I said she was a customer. Now, she wasn't a customer for anything malicious. She was a customer for 3D printing. And I do want to get that straight because my intent was not to in any way support whoever this freaking Slug dude is because he seems like a POS in my opinion. That's just my opinion. I don't know nobody up in this community. I don't know who's good and who's not. But that dude, he looks like a not so good dude, if I'm just saying. So, my intent was not to support him in any way, shape, or form. So I want to make that clear, and I wanted to make it clear that Rabbi Jane was not a customer for malicious intent. It was for 3D printing, and she told me she's got the receipts and the proof that she can show that. So I just wanted to make that clear. So getting that, taken care of, the first thing that I wanted to take care of was that because, I really liked her. I don't know her from the last stream, but I really liked her. I don't know.
Can I expand on that a little bit?
Yeah, go right ahead.
And that's one thing that like me and Van are very much so trying to not do in this podcast is qualify us as quote unquote commentary or qualify us in any one category. So understand that like when we go into drama topics, I'm not going to know as much. When we go into commentary, Van Luke's learning. So we're on a huge curve here.
Very
much.
Just
something to keep in mind as we move forward because this is not a commentary podcast. This is not a drama or tea podcast. This is a us podcast.
Exactly.
Us. And we'll go into it one way or another. There will be corrections, but that's one thing that me and Van Luke have no problem doing is correcting the record.
Yeah.
So.
And after we go over all the topics, we are going to be going into what happened on the last live stream. Oh, before we do that though, gummy time. So by the time I end up with finishing the news, that's about when it kicks in. So just so y'all know, when the calls start coming in and we start getting into, topics and stuff, I might not be all right there in the right mind. I'm just letting y'all know right now. I might not be, so keep that in mind. I don't know what flavor I want today. I think I'm going to go with the grape.
Boo-hoo.
So keep that in mind.
Freaking beautiful specimen. Sorry, fangirling a little bit.
I had a gummy to sleep. It did F all. Oh, yay, gummies for Tina.
What? And we have a huge thing to start with. Happy birthday to the one and only Flop Tina. Flop Tina, happy birthday. A very dear friend of mine in the show as a whole.
Everybody wish Flop Tina a happy birthday. I want y'all to put hashtag happy B-Day. I'm trying to think of something that's easy to hashtag. Happy B-Day, Flop Tina.
Everything Papa Flop.
Or just put hearts up in the chat and wish Flop Tina a very happy birthday. Love. We're celebrating you, girl. We're celebrating you before we get into all the drama. So let's go ahead and get started with that because, like I said, it's very, very interesting. There's so many things going on. I treat your channel like a palate cleanser, and I love that. I love that because if anything, I will cleanse all of your palettes in the best way that I can, and then I'll dirty it again. And then next time at the beginning of the podcast, the next one, I'll clean it and then I'll dirty it at the end of it again. So it's just an ongoing cycle. You always got to come back to get that palette cleanse. You know what I'm saying? So, but what does it mean?
I got excited there. You kept saying that you're going to cleanse my palate. I got too happy. My bad.
Okay. That being said, let's go into the screen share mode because we do have a lot of screen stuff to share. So this was the main thing that I wanted to go ahead and address before anything. That's why I had it pulled up on my screen, because I was like, girl, you done screwed the pooch. You need to make it freaking correct that mess. So we're going to get into that. Now, the first story that I wanted to get into, just because it's near and dear to my heart, because y'all all know that I lost, well, most of y'all know, I lost my little baby sister. She was 6.5 years old, and I lost her to leukemia. And she got diagnosed like 2 weeks before her 5th birthday. And so that's why, holidays have always been really, really hard for me. And I've always gone, Rich himself can tell you, I've always gone to a really dark place. I would disappear off the internet because it would be that bad of a place where I didn't want to do nothing. I didn't want to be on the internet. I didn't want to see nothing. I didn't want to talk to nobody, and thank God for Rich, because Rich really has been a true friend to me, who like drags me out like, girl, every time I FaceTime you, you're just in the dark. What are you doing? You need to get up. You need to get out, And so, and y'all don't even know, like when I tell y'all that I appreciate y'all and I'm so grateful for y'all, y'all don't even understand. Like when I say that, I really truly mean it, because, I think once you lose someone, especially when it's a child, it's just forever scarring. And not only that, but my baby sister was the baby of the family, and we were already grown. And so all the holidays were for her, right? We would do all the birthday presents. We'd do everything for her. And so and the Christmas and everything, right? We did it up big because, for kids, it's magical, right? It's all for the children's. And so when she passed, all of that was gone. Like the magic was gone. And and now my kids are grown, because I kind of would, they would help me get out of the funk, because I knew I had to be strong for them. And now that they're grown, there ain't nobody who, so and then I said, this year is gonna be the year that I'm not gonna go into a dark place. I'm not gonna disappear off the internet. I'm gonna do something. And by golly, I was able to live stream, which was my passion from the beginning. And I'm able to do all this stuff, and all of y'all being here and supporting, me and Abby and the whole podcast. I keep saying broadcast because freaking Xylee got that in my head. Broadcast, the whole podcast. And, and with Rich, the podcast on Saturdays, it's just truly meant so much to me. So, getting into it. So Johnny Depp, oh my God. I mean, he ain't no saint, right? Let's just be real. There was two sides of the story when the whole Johnny Depp thing happened. And that's just my opinion. And that's just how I feel. I feel like there was definitely things going on both sides. You're raising your hand. What's up?
I'd still hit.
Well, I ain't saying that he ain't, I ain't saying none of that now. I ain't saying none of that. All that I'm saying is that he ain't no angel, but by golly, he does do some angelic shit. I'm just saying. And so for me, this whole story broke out, and Johnny Depp did a special video for a little kid, and his name's Corey. And he is a terminally ill child, and it was his make-a-wish, right? Was to talk to Johnny Depp. So this is Johnny Depp talking to this kid, and all that this child wanted was to hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. So I freaking subscribed. I was like, hell yeah, let's give this kid his freaking wish, right? Like freaking Johnny Depp is awesome. So let's go ahead and watch it. I don't think that it's too long, so let's go ahead and just watch that right here. If my podunk bill, okay.
Right. Then, so, Captain Corey, Terrence, I missed out on this. Meant to say it, forgot to say it, didn't say it. Gonna say it now. Saying it, I'll say it. I hear tell of something they speak about in the ages of now called the YouTube channel, which I don't understand, but why not? And I understand that you're quite the YouTube channel man, or you shall be, and all that YouTubeness to be. So, what I'm saying is, I shall be glad to follow your YouTube channel, and I shall tell all my friends to follow your YouTube channel, and that, I think, will make for a wonderful entertainment expertise, momentary lapse of togetherness all together in one space but far apart, but then at the same time, woof, very close, curious, enduring, and strange. However, I shall be there watching every moment and watching moments with you, momenting and tubing you. Tubing you, YouTubing. I wish you the best.
Awesome. So you can see right here, this is Corey's channel, Crack in the Box. Go subscribe if you haven't subscribed. He already reached over 100,000 subscribers. And then the crazy thing is that YouTube took his channel down. So I was like, are you serious? So a lot of people were upset. They were like, why would you terminate this little kid's account? This is crazy, which I agree, because that's just messed up. So, everybody was reaching out to YouTube. The mom was reaching out to YouTube, and several other YouTubers came together this holiday season and reached out to YouTube, and they got Corey's channel back, which I thought was awesome.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they got his channel.
Awesome. I didn't know that far into the story.
Yeah, I was just like, dude. So I just wanted to go ahead and report that because I thought that was real important. I mean, it just sucks that anytime anybody does something sweet for somebody, there always tends to be these people that do some crappy stuff. So the rumor was that there was people that they went and they were mass reporting the kid's channel, for jealousy, for whatever the purpose, right? And I'm like, dude, like, are y'all for real? Like, y'all don't even understand what these kids go through. And this kid already had 2 heart surgeries, and they're already putting him on palliative, I don't even know how to say it right, palliative care, I think it is. And it's basically like, before they did put my sister on that, I think she went on to be like around for like 6 more months maybe. And then of course she passed away. So it ain't no joke, and they go through so much. And most kids don't even complain, as crazy as it sounds. Like, my little sister hardly ever complained, and I ain't even lying. And I'm just like, dang, it's just crazy to me. So people are just weird, but thank God that they were able to get his channel back. He's at 181,000 right now. Yes. Oh my God. And I am proud to say I am one of them, 181. That little one right there, that's me at the end. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
One.
Yeah. Well, they
Like,
were
I'm
saying
I'm the 181,001.
yeah, I'm the one. Xylee, they actually were saying that it probably was the Depp haters, which I thought that was even more crappity. Like, you can be crappity, right? But don't be that crappity that you're going to go ahead and, when you don't like somebody, right? I've seen it happen so many times. Well, but not only that, but when somebody don't like somebody, I've seen it happen so many times where they try to put people in the middle, or, maybe somebody's associated, or maybe somebody is just there, right? And like, I'll admit, right? Like, I've been involved in my fair share of that, right? Whether I've been on the receiving end or whether, the other night on Xylee's stream, shoot, I felt like if I was on the giving end of that, and I didn't mean to, but I have been getting so much crap for having you on my channel, for all the Raw by Jane stuff and all that. You saw some of the people even messaged you. And so I think that,
Yeah, I'm used to it.
I think that sometimes you can just get in the crosshairs of stuff, and it's really sad that this child got in the crosshairs because whatever it was, if Jane, what the, are these kicking in already? Dang, they're strong today. If Johnny Depp and Amber Heard are in, which we all know they're into some stuff right now. There's a lot going on, right? And so, I mean, why is it the kid's fault? Like, don't let the kid get caught in the crosshairs. What's the kid done to y'all? You know, it's just ridiculous. And it's really, really sad. So, you know, it was just horrible to see. Honestly, that's still trash to take a kid's YouTube down because exactly. Like, that's why I'm saying, like, people are just freaking weird, man. I don't understand. Did you have anything? Because I still got some stuff, but I don't want to hog all the topics if you've got some good topics to bring up.
No, I've kind of just been riding my wave. Like I said, Floptina was her birthday, whatever. Her. No, I went to LA yesterday, but that was pretty much like that's about.
Girl, I mean news. You're like, well, I went shopping.
I know, but I'm like, I don't have anything. I'm just happy.
Girl,
really
well,
care.
I'm glad that you're happy.
I mean, I care because this is good stuff. Because like, I didn't know that there was a happy ending. So yay, see, happy.
I know. I love happy endings, and I'm saying it in both sense of the word.
I'm hoping to get a happy ending tonight, but we'll find out.
Hey, there you go, girl. There you go. Okay, so, and we're going to be getting into more of the stuff and how Abby and I got to the point that we're at right now, because things were a little bit, I ain't even going to lie. Things were a little bit like, I even said on Xylee Stream, I don't know what's going to happen. And I was telling the dang truth. So we're going to get into that. But next up on the docket, as Keemstar calls it, have you seen this going on? Logan Paul, the whole drama with his co-host. Have you seen that? Abby, I'm talking to you, Abby.
I know, but like, which co-host? The Mike dude?
I think his name is George. Look, I'm proud that George kept a level head. Well, I don't know. Okay, so I'm just gonna be real. I don't watch Logan Paul like that, right? So when I see this, so it says, Logan Paul lost my respect, man. Don't you ever disrespect another man's religion. I'm proud that George kept a level head during this conversation. So I'm guessing that this dude's name is George. I don't know if it's his co-host. I don't know who he is. Gina, what you doing? What? My iPad? What? My iPad charger? Oh, what iPad I have? I don't even know. Why? It's in my luggage from my last trip. I don't know if it's in the... Oh, she didn't even let me finish. Okay, sorry about that interruption.
Who are you talking to?
My daughter.
Oh, your kid?
Yeah, she's like...
Who the fuck?
Yeah. Oh, did you think I was just having like a weird schizo moment or something?
Like, so you're delayed. So when I see you on screen, it's like soccer, and I'm just like, I'm still trying to figure out who the fuck George is. And then I see Brianna's fucking message in the chat, and I'm like, I don't even know if I want to bring it up.
Brianna. Oh, let's see.
I can.
Abby pulled up on Hash, and he gave fake addresses. W for. I don't even know half of the stuff that people are talking about these days. I don't know who George is, Mike, or whoever the hell the dude is that was talking with Logan Paul. I don't know what.
Mike is a bitch, but like, okay, so I'm looking at this, right? It says Logan Paul disrespects Christianity and religion. So like, I don't know exactly Logan Paul's background. I don't really care to be honest.
Moral, you're right, Moral. She does need to be moderating.
What?
No, Moral said that Gina needs to be moderating. And yes, you were witnessing my mental breakdown live on stream. Van Luke has mental breakdown.
So like, okay, because I kind of get this thing where I'll have to see how he talks about religion, because like, I don't really care for religion. I think it's
me neither. Like, I don't like talking about religion. Many I have my own theories about religion and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, like I always am usually like the universe. Oh shit, I forgot I have fucking Twix. Let's go. You
just pulled Twix randomly out of your pocket. You just randomly had.
Pocket, bro. Let's go. My fat ass be having Twix in my pocket. I'm here.
I wish I had Twix in my pocket. I don't have anything. You're
I'm
lucky.
excited. Which one do I have? I have the two left Twix, so yay for that.
What does that mean?
Um,
How can
no,
you tell
know
the
how like they have the
difference?
commercials like the left and the right?
But how can you tell the difference between the left and the right Twix?
I think that's a joke.
Oh. Okay. Well, I don't get it.
Oh.
Well, anywho,
But
so
religion with this stuff, like I could see Jake or Logan Paul kind of, because he's kind of had to grow up on his own, like be his own adult or whatever for so long. Yeah, other than the fact that he is close to his dad, from what I remember. But I could understand where he's just like distaste for religion. But I'm curious to see where this goes.
yeah, I hear that his dad a hoe, but I don't know. But that's what I hear on
I
the
believe
word
it.
on the streets is, but I don't know.
I'd be
like
a
I
hoe
said.
too if I was making money off my kids. I mean, not that I'd ever do that, but
Oh my god.
I mean, it's shameless, right?
Oh,
You gotta
two
have
different.
stuff, like you gotta have no shame in order to be like, yeah, I'm living off my kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's kind of, I don't know. Thank God I've made a name for myself and I've, grown my bank account on my own. So I don't ever got to worry about that. But so let's get into it. So Logan Paul, this is from a TikToker, and they show the different it's pretty crazy. So let's see. I think it's this one that we play first. Let me see. Wait, is it? Hold up.
We pick on each other and other things, it's totally fine. Like you suck at comedy, I get that. Everybody knows that. All that stuff. But when it comes to religion, you have to tiptoe.
No, I don't.
Well, I do. With anybody. And by the way, you brought up like Muslims and Jews. Dude, I sit at synagogues and talk to rabbis all the time, pick their brains. I sit with Muslim people. They're most peaceful people. We went to Saudi
who's
Arabia.
right? I want you to say it right now.
Who's right?
Whose God is real?
My God is real in my eyes.
Not Allah.
I don't believe that Allah is real in my eyes.
A lot of Muslims disagree with you.
But does that mean I have to disrespect their beliefs? No. And you're so like power driven that you will mow past your friends and family without knowing.
If I say something, I've said it. Can you give an example?
One that really hurt me is you told me I need a therapist because I believe in Jesus. We pick on each other and other things.
Okay, so that was I could have done it big screen. Dang it. So that was really interesting. And then this one also is a part of this whole situation. Check it out.
I'll be honest with you, bro. Jesus Christ fucks.
Oh, God. You bashing me in front of a group of people for my beliefs is not right. Genuinely, like, I know people that hate me, that treat me better about my faith than you, and you're my best friend.
Definitely questioning why we have to perpetuate a belief that is fucking silly. I'll be honest with you, bro.
So that's kind of went down. There was a whole lot more that went down, but that's kind of the gist of everything. And I just thought that it was interesting because, okay, so here's the thing. Like, nobody has the same, I don't think, like, yeah, he did just say that, girl. And so everybody is like up in arms. Everybody's upset. They're like, this is wrong. Logan Paul has lost my respect. I didn't check to see if he was losing any subscribers any subscribers on social YouTube through his Social Blade. Because when I went to go check on Social Blade, guess what had happened? I went and I was looking at, and I always forget my freaking password. So I had to do a forget password, and I went into my email, and then I had an email from Social Blade, which I thought was interesting. And they said that their whole system was, I don't know if I could say the word hacked. I'm pretty sure I can, was hacked, and that it was trying to be sold on a hacker forum. And I was just like, oh my God. And that it consisted of like,
yeah, there was a security breach.
Yeah. Emails, addresses, like, so many different like private things, which I'm like, I've been doxxed and swatted, twice each, doxxed twice, swatted twice, pretty much when that happens to you, I don't think that pretty much anything worse than that can happen. I mean, knock on wood, but, yeah, so it's just, I think that these things are kicking in because I just forgot what I was gonna say.
Okay, here, let me elaborate on this a little bit. So with religion, I don't know, for anybody that doesn't really know, a lot of people don't really know a lot about me, but I went to religious school for 14 years of my life, mostly Christian, 2 years of Lutheran, which is kind of adjacent. So I know a lot about religion. That's one thing that I really adored about living in Vegas and was just kind of learning about people's different point of views, different lifestyles, different, religions and all this stuff. So like I can get where Logan, sorry, I feel like I'm gonna burp. On one hand is like, oh yeah, your Jesus is not the same as Jesus, and like which first of all, Jesus does fuck. He hung out with nothing but all the hoes and the whores and all the places because he didn't see anybody any different, in my personal opinion.
Did you just agree with Logan Paul?
Wait, but that being said, I also take the same stance or a similar stance of if like I don't understand the hierarchy of religions, thinking that as a Christian that the Muslim faith, or as a Muslim that the Christian faith, which I don't see. I think this guy said he's Muslim, right?
I think that Logan Paul assumed that. I don't know.
Let's just say for the sake of conversation that the Muslim religion was better than Christianity or vice versa, right? Because they all kind of essentially have the same Jesus or the same God. So choosing which one's better or worse is literally just subjective to what you've been born and bred into. Again, in my personal opinion, I think it's just kind of one of those things, like you said, if you can't go into a conversation as a religious person or with any point of view, with LGBT, with political views, with social views, with any of those things, and you can't come out of it and be like respectful and agree to disagree, it's probably for the best to not engage in that, especially as a quote unquote public figure. Because the whole point of engaging with people in different religious points of views, or different just point of views in general, is being able to agree to disagree and just being able to shake hands and be like, okay, I see what you're saying, but like, let's go. And I think I could see how it was perceived as a little bit aggressive, and I don't think Logan Paul had to be as aggressive, especially, and I can understand as a friend, hearing that and receiving that would be hard because the delivery was not necessarily.
Yeah. It was, a bit rude. Like someone said in the chat, it was a little rude, but I feel like that a lot of the times, it's like I tell Rich all the time, right? A lot of the times it's not what you say, it's how you say it. You know what I mean? And so I think that it wasn't so much that, because Logan Paul could have easily given his own opinions about religion without like being so crass about it. You know what I mean? Because I don't believe, I just can't believe, right? And this is just how I feel about religion. And I don't talk about religion, but since Mr. Logan Paul wants to bring up all this whole topic in discussion, then I'm going to go ahead and talk about it, right? So the way that I feel about religion is I just find it hard to believe, right, that there's just one religion only that has it right. I feel like in all the religions there, if I've read like, what I can from different Bibles, and basically, right, all the stories are kind of similar, but they're all different in different aspects and stuff. But what it all boils down to me,
different religious. I took multiple different types of religious studies in school, multiple different classes in different schools.
Yeah, but what it all boils down to, though,
very similar but different.
Yeah, but what it all boils down to, and this is what I've seen is the common consensus kind of all the way across the board when it comes to religions, right? Is that basically be a good person. Basically, that's the simplest way that I could put it.
That's the golden rule.
Be the
Literally,
best
the golden rule is
freaking person that you could be. Point blank and period, right? Because I don't agree that, only the Christians got it right. Only their people are going to heaven. Oh, only the Buddhists got it right. I don't agree with that. Okay. I think that above all, everybody has their own religions and their own faiths or whatever. And I don't care how or what you believe that gets you on the path to being your better self. By all means, whatever it is that you believe in that'll get you there to grow to be a better person, I'm there for you, and that's just how I feel. I feel like religion and your voting status and political beliefs should stay your own beliefs, because too many arguments and too many things of nonsense happen when people talk politics and religion. In my opinion, that's just how I feel. If you guys want to talk about it later, I would love to join. My dad's a pastor and I grew up Christian my entire life. And I think I have a great take on religion. Girl, well, you about to trigger. So, I mean, okay, I'm not going to lie. This gummy is kicking in. And I was force fed religion my whole life. So I have my opinions and thoughts on religion that might not be it might not be anybody's cup of tea. You know what I mean? Because of, like I said, I don't believe that any one religion is right. And so for that reason, and I'm going to say this right now, for that reason, this is why I don't get into the conversations like the way that Logan Paul did on religion, because I have my own experiences. You know, I have my own takes. And I ain't about to get into a discussion.
I live on that raver code, dude, and I've lived on that raver code since I was a teenager.
I don't know what raver
unity,
code
respect.
is. I don't know what that is.
I'm trying to tell you, it's plur. I'm trying to tell you, it's plur. It's peace, love, unity, respect. Jesus's number one rule is don't be a dick. That's always been my number one house rule. Treat others as you want to be treated. That's it. I don't do anything above, below that. I don't care if it's Jesus's. I don't care if it's Allah. I don't care if it's fucking Mary's. I don't care. Just treat others with respect, love, kindness, and respect, and bring unified and yada yada yada.
Well, okay. That being said, and I know we said we were gonna wait, but that's basically what me and Moral were trying to tell you on that last live stream that you didn't want to listen to. I'm just saying.
Respect is earned, not given, but yes.
Okay, I could see. Okay. I was just gonna say, I'm gonna call it out while I see it. Respect is
earned, not given.
Totally understandable. I won't get offended.
That's all I'm gonna say.
It's a conversation that needs to be had without people getting upset all the time. A lot of Christians are quick to judge, and that's the issue. Exactly. And you know, I'm just saying. Some of my experiences in church, and I was in a strictly Christian church, right? Grown up and force fed. And, you know, I can't even tell you and count on my freaking hands and feet, all the freaking guys that were up in the church that were PEDOs, like up in there, you know, criminals, you know, all kinds of people. And don't get me wrong, they need love too. But by golly, when I tell you, they were still doing all the crimes while they were, you know, up in church acting like if their, you know what, didn't stink. And so it was just like, you know, and there were several. I mean, and without getting too deep into stuff or whatever, I was even taken on a trip to, at the time I thought it was Mexico, but El Paso ain't in Mexico, but I thought it was Mexico when I was little. And I was taken all the way over there because my mother trusted these people because they were church people. And basically they were trying to groom me. And all I will say is that it was really uncomfortable when that brother, because we'd call everybody brother and sister, ended up sneaking down at night where I was staying in the living room and slept on the pull-out bed by me. And thank God that nothing happened because, you know, without TMI or whatever, you know, we had been traveling for a long time. And I had really cheap shoes on that were already going out the door because we were really poor and couldn't afford no good shoes. And I would literally like go to gym in them, like, and they were dressy shoes. And so they were not the best quality. They were Payless shoes. If y'all know about Payless, they was Payless shoes. And yeah. So if anything, they stunk to high hell. And so that was the one I still to this day believe that my stinky feet saved me from something really bad happening to me that day, because I ain't even gonna lie, it was bad. And I was a little kid. I was like maybe like 10, 11, somewhere around there. So yeah, thank God for stanky feet. That's all I'm gonna say about that. So yeah, so for my own reasons and my own experiences with several things, yeah, I just don't get into that talk. Members washed each other's feet at my church growing up, and I'm not a foot person. Stanky. They wasn't just stinky, they was stanky. Like they was stanky. But you know, everything happens for a reason. So thank God that he made my feet extra stanky that day. I'm just saying, thank God. So in other news, because, okay, last podcast, I believe it was, I don't know if it was Thursdays or if it was Sloppy Saturdays with Rich. But I know, I think it was Sloppy Saturdays with Rich, because I remember he was appreciating the Superman thing, because we talk about these type of movies all the time behind the scenes. But I thought it was interesting. Have you heard of all the drama with Henry Cavill? Are you alive? Yeah. Are you all right? You feeling good? Did you get your drink of choice? Are you on something? Are you all right?
Chilling. You just go on a lot, and I'm just
sorry.
like, I just don't fucking fuck with any of them. It's okay. I just don't like religion's dumb.
Okay. Well, I was just sharing my story is what it was, because it just, it triggers all of that within me. That's why I just don't get up into it.
Get you, girl.
But anyway,
I can't even, if there's religious music playing in a grocery store or some shit, I start having full on panic attacks, and I don't fucking know why. I have no idea.
Oh my God, Formal.
The Promised Land fucking twice. I literally cannot listen to or handle religious shit. It's just stupid to me.
I don't still have other people. I don't still have stinky feet, Formal. That was back when I was little. Like, I mean, with Depp, he's a whole grown ass man with a stinky booty. Like, no, swamp butt, ugly stinky booty juice, stanky
Maddie,
booty juice.
I wasn't going on a lot. Like, I just, especially because I've been through my own shit. So like sometimes I disassociate or I check out, or it's just like, again, with religious shit, I just literally check out. It's not, I was ignoring what she was saying. What she's saying is important. It's just sometimes I can't pay attention to it, if that makes sense.
I definitely saw that on your face. That's what it was. Well, anywho, let's switch the story, because we don't want to be triggering you. So I have just had a meeting. So this is coming from Henry Cavill, who is this dude right here, right? He is the one, if you saw Black Adam, at the end of Black Adam, he comes out, right? And you just know that he is gonna be the Superman. And because in the comics, Superman and Black Adam, they collide, right? And it's just epicness, right? So I was like, holy cannoli, because he, in my opinion, has been the one Superman that I always thought that was like the closest, like he was the Superman, looked the most like the comic Superman that we've all known and loved, right? In my opinion. And so he came out today, and there's been an uproar. And he said, I have just had a meeting with James Gunn and Peter Safran. And it's sad news, everyone. I will, after all, not be returning as Superman. Which this sucks, because he was the one at the end of the Black Adam. And he was telling everybody that there was more to come. And now it ain't happening. And I'm like, what in the world happened? So after being told by the studio to announce my return back in October prior to their hire, this news isn't the easiest, but that's life. The changing of the guard is something that happens. I respect that. James and Peter have a universe to build. I wish them and all involved with the new universe the best of luck and the happiest of fortunes. For those who have been by my side through the years, we can mourn for a bit, but then we must remember Superman is still around. Everything he stands for still exists, and the examples he sets for us are still there. My turn to wear the cape has passed, but what Superman stands for never will. It's been a fun ride with you all, onwards and upwards. So I was just like, dude, I don't know what's going to happen now. Like, I don't know, man. It was so disappointing. So disappointing. But I just wanted to share that. Abby, it didn't seem like if you've been into so much of that movie. So we're going to go ahead and move on.
Oh, that was cute.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really know the whole Batman thing. What is it? Superman, sorry. Superman
you need
thing?
to catch up because it's good. You've been sleeping under a rock or something.
I have a hard time with DC. There's some shit like that.
Yeah, I'm just like floored. Henry is a real one. I know it. Because if anything, he could have stormed out and been like, F you, F Superman, F, but he didn't. And he handled it with class. So I thought that that was really interesting. I really, really liked his response. It's really sad. I know I can call myself a fan. For the fans, it's a sad day. I can't get into Marvel for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know. I almost all the movies that I have seen that Marvel has made are like really, really, really good. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just a nerd at heart. I don't know. But I really do like it. I know he's a great Superman. Like, what in the hell? Okay, so did you hear about this, Abby? Okay,
Oh.
so this is the mom who cut off her daughter's braids. Did you see that?
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a trigger warning if you are triggered by narcissistic, abusive mothers. I've dealt with one.
Hello. No, just kidding.
I grew up with
Sorry.
one. Okay, so I know how it is. If you are,
Everyone in the Parking Tigers Discord yesterday met my mother, so it was funny.
you met your mother in the
singing
Parking
Abby.
Tigers Discord. What was your mother doing there?
They met my mother. I was with my mom, and they met her.
Oh,
So I
I was like, what?
and then they all started singing. They all started singing Abby's mom, and it was so funny. In the tune of
Abby's
Stacey's
mom
it was so
has
fucking
got
funny.
it going on. Were they singing that?
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
it was so funny.
We're on the same page. Oh, this mom
Abby's
is insane.
mom is hot, and I'm not even attracted to women.
Dang. She's a hottie. Man, everybody is saying that your mom is hot. Dang. Alrighty.
She is. I wonder if she's still here. I could probably have her come on, but yeah.
Oh wow, that would be
So
cool.
funny.
That's not a way to try. I know. So we're gonna get up into this. So Abby, I'm surprised you haven't seen this. It's been everywhere, and I was just appalled because it's just so sad. So let me see if this will go bigger. Did I click on it? I did.
Y'all, this just
Okay.
pissed me off. This just pissed me off. Hold on.
It's more important to be pretty than educated. More important to be a follow body than a leader, right? Okay. I'm not a parent who likes to use physical discipline. Come here, you're gonna learn today, girl. No physical discipline. Mom, don't mom me, no. You had your warning, you had your chance. I told you to listen. I told you stop disobeying my rules. I told you being cute ain't shit if you have no education. I told you stop disobeying me. I told you to listen and do as you're supposed to. I told you to do good in school. I told you to do your daily routine, and you yet to even do any of it. And you thought you were disobeying me today, and I was not coming to cut this hair off. You're sadly mistaken because you thought being pretty was so much better than being educated or listening to your mom, right? Yes, this is what happens when you don't listen to your mom. No. Do you feel like I abused you? No. Do you feel like this form of discipline was a lot better than any other form of discipline, like physical abuse that I could have used? Yes. You know I love you, right? Yes. You know I got your back, right?
That's abuse.
You know what I'm doing right now
child is
is to
being
make you a
abused
better
and she's
person,
being
right?
gaslit by
How
her
many
mama.
times have I spoken to you
That
about
is
this?
mental abuse. I
How many
feel like
times
crying
have your
right now.
teachers called me?
Oh my God.
How many times have you not handed in homework? A few times. How many times have you not listened? How many times have I told you when you're grounded not to do certain things and you're still doing them? A lot of times. Right. A lot of times, right? And I've been speaking to you about this for how long? A year. So today when I did what I did by cutting off your hair, you understand why I did it, right? Yeah. And you're learning from it, right? Yeah. And what did you learn? I learned not to disrespect you and to listen to you. And also? And to do my homework. Because school comes first, right? Yeah. And if you have no education, then you have nothing, right? Yeah. So if you're not listening in class and you're not behaving and you're not listening to your teachers and you're not handing in your schoolwork, do you deserve to have extensions in your hair? No. Do you deserve to have the latest styles in your hair? No. Do you deserve to have nails in your hair? No. Your hair will grow back, right? Yeah. You can wear wigs, right? Yeah. I can add extensions back, right? Yeah. So you know what I did. I did out of love, right? Yeah. And the only reason why I posted was because
I
of
hate
what?
that shit.
You think
I know.
that these
Don't give a
Instagram
fuck.
and Snapchat and TikTok and Roblox is your life.
I don't want your love,
I
bitch.
didn't embarrass you. You embarrassed yourself, right?
But I would fucking say.
Teach my child a lesson. We try to be better than our parents, and I try really hard to be the best mother that I can be. And for the most part, I know I'm doing a fantastic job. We try to be better than our parents and learn different ways and try to do better, like, for instance.
Yeah. So my whole thing is, okay, I get it, right? Kids need to be disciplined, right? I get it. But let me tell you something. With my kids, right? My kids can even tell you, I can literally count on one hand the amount of times that I spank my kids. You know what I did with my kids? Because I was beat. I was gaslit just the way that this girl was like, you know that, why did I do this? Because I love you, right? You know, and it was just like, no, you know, I it's just crazy. I know I feel the same way, Xylee. I feel the same way. When she was saying, you know, what did you learn? I said, that you a bitch. Like, if I wish, oh my God, 5 minutes. I don't even need 5, 2. And I'd be, you know, but you know, I can literally count on my hand and it wasn't even, I can literally count on about 2 fingers, you know. And the way that I dealt with my kids is because when I was beat growing up and everything and abused, not just physically, but mentally too, I knew. And from that moment at a young age, I knew when I have kids, if I do, because I really didn't, you know, kids kind of were like always all over me and I would just be like, ugh, they get on my nerves. But once I had kids, they changed my life. And so I knew that if I had kids, that I was not going to do to them what my mother did to me, because I knew in those moments how degraded and how demeaned and how I felt. And I was never going to do that to my kids.
It is.
So what I would do is, yes, I would take away, like, you know, my son was a gamer since he was freaking like 2 years old. I ain't even lying. I ain't even freaking like exaggerating nothing. Like around 2 years old, everybody would freak out because he was so little gaming, right? And whenever he did something wrong, that game was getting put away and he wasn't playing it for a freaking week. And you best believe that he'd be on his best behavior. You know, there's things that you can do. You don't got to be cutting off the girl's hair. Like if she's over here, maybe if I could understand if she's got extensions and as punishment, you feel like, because it is expensive to buy hair. I get that. And maybe she wants to punish her and take out her extensions and not, you know, buy her any more extensions. Okay, I could see that. But why you got to cut her hair off and degrade her and and make her feel less than? For what reason? For what reason? Like that just don't even, it ain't, you know, it's just so, that poor girl, I wish I was her neighbor, because I mean, I just want to help her. I just want to reach out to the screen and help her. And I do want to have a few words with that mother, because that just ain't the way to handle it. It's just really not. Oh, I got more than the belt formal. It was bad. Hey, Huggy Bear. I can kind of understand taking away your kids. Yeah, exact. That's what I just said. But the fact that she recorded and shamed her.
Like how long is she sitting with her and making sure she does her work?
Right.
It's not hard to just sit next to your kid and do the work.
Exactly.
Take the time.
And then
like,
not only that,
people like that, they be worrying about the motherfucking selves and not actually taking the time to like be a parent. So they're like expecting their kid to know how to do everything, but they don't ever actually take the time to do it.
Drew. Preach that, Drew. Preach that. You go run tell that, because ain't that the truth? She's all worried about beauty while she's videoing with a dang filter on. And not only that, but like, why do you gotta film it in the first place? Just like Maddie said, like, is nothing sacred anymore? Like, is nothing sacred? Everybody's so quick to want to put everything up on the freaking internet.
Yeah, she thinks she's doing it right. She thinks she's parenting right.
Like, there's just some things that the internet don't gotta see.
There's nothing you can tell that mom to tell her that she's doing it wrong. There's not one thing.
No.
You couldn't convince her that she was doing something wrong.
No. Narcissist. She was you can tell she's a plain up narcissist. I know, because I grew up with one. Let me tell you. Narcissist. Parents need to teach their children to do right. I know. And not by doing something that's just completely, that poor girl has to go to school with her hair like that. And I pray to God, because the mom said, I could buy you more wigs, right? I could buy you more extensions, right? I pray to God that her mom is sending her to school in a wig. Because if her mom is sending her to school,
I pray to God too.
Because you saw how short her hair was. Oh, Ooh, girl. Ooh.
Like you said, I could understand if you took her to like you took the braids out, right? If you like took out the braids and then like just left her with like whatever her hair was, you know? Because I don't know how long it was. Because like that shit takes forever to grow back, and even like to braid that shit, you know what I mean? Like after it grows out, like it could be the tiniest of the tiniest of hair growth. It's still a bitch to braid. Like you're just causing yourself more problems in the long run. But of course, it's never gonna be her problem. That's the fucking problem. Like that's a huge fucking like.
Yeah. People are weird, man.
I hate that shit.
I know.
And I
it.
agree with you to add on to the whole thing about having kids. That's the one reason I've always wanted to have fucking kids is like I've never wanted my child to feel fucking alone and feel less than. And I will die before my kid ever feels that fucking way.
Exactly. That's what I always said too. Maddie, at least she looks beautiful bald. Well, at least you're looking at the positive side of things. But yeah, true. Parents see kids as property and not exactly. And I read an article one time where they were like, why do parents always treat their kids as if they are not young little humans? They are adults in the making. Parents always treat kids as don't talk unless spoken to and don't be seen unless called for. Like, where did, and that's that old school thinking or whatever. And it's just, it's so hard. I think that this generation now is like trying to break that cycle, with everything with, what is it? Gen Z, is it? I don't even know all these terms. I don't even know what gen I am. Let's just put it that way. I don't know. I don't keep track of all that. I'm just me. But, and again, that it goes back to, I just hate labels, so I don't even know what label that society would put on me from where I'm from, whatever. But, all these other young kids, I really do truly appreciate their stance on a lot of things. I really, really do. And I feel like hopefully soon, like the barriers, those old chains will be broken because that's what it is. It's a cycle. Gen X. I thought the young ones was Gen X. Oh man, I don't know. See, like I thought Abby was a Gen X. I don't even know.
I'm a millennial, I think.
You're a millennial? I don't even know what that even means. So I'm like, why do I even want to know about the gens if I don't even know what
I don't have a label. You can't label me.
Right, exactly. 40 to 50 is Gen X. How do you know my age, Drew? How do you know my age? And then you're putting 50 up in there.
Presumptuous.
And you're putting 50 up in there like if I'm 50. I ain't even close to 50 yet. Son of a... I think Van is a millennial Gen X cusp. Oh, why does that sound fancy? I don't know why that sounds like an order like at an ice cream place for some reason. I'll take a thin Van millennial Gen X cusp, please, to go. I don't know why that sounded like that. Anyways, my gummy is kicking in. So that being said, once the gummy kicks in, I'm 50. I can kick, stretch, and kick. Girl, you said kick twice. 50 years old. Dang, you go, girl. I mean, wait. I always Floptina. I always be confused because your picture confuses me. I'm 44. I know you're close to my. Oh, look at Drew. Mighty presumptuous. I am 50. Janine was the one who got on and had the little band-aid over her nose. She didn't even look 54, did she? I didn't think she did. I'm 27 in the house. You're a millennial, I think. Okay, so let's get into last week's episode. Are you ready to go there now that the news is all covered? Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, so see, but Drew, really quick, I don't think that I look my age. I think I look dang good. I'm just saying. I don't think that I look my age at all. I just boobed my microphone out of the way with my boobie. You can call me girl. It's in the gay colloquial sense, so it's all good. All right, cool. Uh-oh. Yeah. No, Twitch died. What? How did Twitch die? Wait, did it really? Hold up. Breaking news. Let's go ahead and look.
Twitch didn't die. Who said it? Was that freaking formal? Who said Twitch died?
Who is it in the chat?
What?
Let's see.
Oh, he admitted
Oh.
suicide. He's talking about
I thought he was
Ellen
talking.
dude.
I know. I thought he was talking about the platform. Dang it, my bad.
He did. He
That's a
committed suicide.
horrible.
Bro, you're talking about. You gotta understand. We're on YouTube all the time. You can't just say Twitch as if like we know that that's the DJ.
I know,
Sorry.
dude. No, I saw that story and it was so sad because he was my favorite on the Ellen show because all the way
I mean,
he
is
was
there
always.
anything else to like on that show?
I mean, Ellen is funny. I'm just gonna say when she ain't being a bitch, she's really funny. I mean, I'm just gonna be real.
Okay.
You know? Yeah, he would be dancing while he was DJing, doing all this stuff. Wasn't he the DJ? Somebody said he was a dancer. I thought he was the DJ.
He is a DJ, but he dances. He's a DJ that dances.
Yeah, he's a DJ that dances. Oh my God, Floptina. No, they're saying that it's under really strange circumstances. So I'm interested in seeing what happens because the other actor who died in a Hollywood hotel motel, I don't know what you want to call it, was Bob Saget was the most recent one that I could think of. And a lot of people thought that
He
there
had
was
a heart attack.
yeah, but a lot of people thought that there was foul play initially. So I'm waiting to see, in the long run what happens because everybody can speculate, they can have their theories and whatnot and think of, different things or whatever, but at the end of the day, they said that Bob Saget died of natural causes. Now, I don't know. To me, the injuries were kind of not, what I would think would be from a natural cause of death. But, it is what it is. But anyways, okay.
Who?
Sidetracking us, chat. Stop
The DJ Twitch
sidetracking.
guy? Oh, wait.
Wait, what?
Okay.
What are y'all talking about?
DJ Twitch guy was the guy with. Who were you talking about? The circumstances? Didn't he kill himself? Like actually kill himself? Like pew pew kill himself?
Yes, but I'm talking about Bob Saget was the recent one in the
Oh yeah.
hotel.
No, okay.
Yeah.
So that's why I was just catching up.
I'm sorry.
The
I'm like,
wires were
girl.
correct in my head.
No. It was probably me that I didn't say it right because like I said, right now, my brain is in the sky. Abby, you on those pills, huh? Oh my God, Maddie.
No, I don't do pills because that's how my brother died.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You see, this year has been so like, dude, it's been so insane, man. I can't even like, and but that being said, Maddie, I didn't really get to talk to you on last live stream because everything popped off. But I really wanted to talk to you because it was just so good actually seeing you in person and quote unquote meeting you on the internet for the first time. But that being said, let's go ahead and talk about some YouTube community drama that involves yourself and I. So I really didn't know what was gonna happen. I really, really didn't. And I actually got to the point where I had told myself, you know what? This probably ain't gonna work. Abby probably ain't gonna come back. This is the end. And I'm just gonna have to make the announcement that it's over, right? Like I really, really thought it was over. And I was like, wow, I was like really bummed. I was like, oh my God, I hope that Abby proves everybody wrong and doesn't do what everybody says, because so many allegations. So what y'all don't know is that so many people behind the scenes had been coming for like Abby, but also been coming for me for simply having Abby on the podcast, right? And then people started telling me about, and Rob by Jane is here. Rob by Jane in the chat. And they started telling me about her, right? And I was just like, bro. So I was getting it like from all ends. And by the way, Rob by Jane, I'm glad that you're here because at the very beginning, the first situation that I addressed was everything, the mistake in saying that you were, and we went over everything. And I don't want to bring up names and all that because I'm trying not to get, and get further into that situation because girl, I ain't even gonna lie. My gummy kicked in and I ain't in the right state of mind, although I was back when I started the live stream and when I apologized. But I want to apologize to you, although I already did in DMs when you reached out. I want to apologize to you on screen. So I am sorry about that. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of stuff too, and people have been telling me a lot of stuff about Abby as well. See, but I'm the type of person, right? Because I have been a victim of guilt by association myself, right? And I know that I ain't a bad person. I just know that I'm not, so I know that some people can be really good people and they can be, accused of being a bad person for simply who they hang around with, right? And so a lot of people were coming behind the scenes, and it just so happened that Abby had sent me a message and was like, oh my God, because this person was saying how much Abby should not be on the show, right? And I had been getting it ever since the show even started. I've been getting the crap, right? And like I said, I'm not the type of person that I judge off of what other people say. I give people a chance. If that's my downfall, a lot of people are like, don't give her a chance. She backstabs everybody. She's friends with these type of people and those type of people. She's done this, that, and the third, right? And I was just like, well, where's the receipts of this? Like, are there receipts? Can you show me receipts? And so then the receipts that I seen, right, is kind of crazy because the receipts even in the Raw Jane situation, when people were coming telling me stuff, right? Even the receipts that I seen about her too, it really don't look the way that everybody's saying, right? And so for me, when on the surface level, when I saw that, and I'm just like, there's a little bit more to these stories, right? And this person who's claiming that the other person is so bad, they really don't look good themselves, and there's no solid proof that they could show. So then what am I supposed to do? You know what I mean? If anything, I'm going to judge off of my own personal experience with this person. And so that's what I do, I just heard people talking about Abby before I joined yeah, they always do. They always do. And, honestly, I get really fed up because it's like, okay, I get it that you, and it's crazy because when you ask people why they don't like Abby, right? When you ask people, their excuse is like, that, oh, well, she's just an orbiter, which I've asked what an orbiter is. And it's basically someone who's like all around the community or whatever. But I'm like, okay, so, but you have other people that are like your subscribers and your fans, and if anything, I would just call that a hardcore supporter. So how is that a bad thing? And I don't know if I'm missing pieces of the puzzle or something, but for me, shoot, if you got somebody who rides hard for you like that, then by golly, that's a good in my book. That's a win-win right there. Like, how is that bad? Unless they become a stalker, which I've had a stalker before and it ain't fun. And I understand that. But unless they become a stalker, how is it an issue? You know what I mean? And then with Jane's situation.
And I'm too lazy to stalk. I can't do it. I've been friends with Jane the most, and the bitch gave me her phone number. It took me like a week to fucking call, bro. Like, what?
Oh my God. Well, they never have anything to say except she's fat. Yeah, exactly. There's never a freaking, like, nobody can show me like an actual receipt saying, this is why Abby is such a piece of shit. They can't. So it just blows my mind. So at first I was at the point where I was like, you know what? This probably ain't going to work. Hopefully she doesn't backstab me like everybody has said, because I don't see that side of her, and blah, blah, blah. And then something amazing happened, right? And I didn't even know that it was going to happen. I was following some drama, and this is how it went down. So I had seen Brantley tweet. Oh my God, these things are strong. I had seen Brantley tweet out, and she was saying that Xylee hated her. And I was like, why would she be saying that? So I started looking up names and stuff, and Keemstar was being mentioned, and I started looking him up, and he was over in Xylee's stream, right? And so my ass creeped up in over there because, I never would try to go to that neck of the woods because, just like I told Xylee in that live stream, I always felt like she didn't like me, right? Which, she kind of confirmed in the live stream. She used the words, she was hating on me is the verbiage that she used. And so my hunch was right. It's not like if I was wrong. but dang it, the tea was so dang hot that I just had to go over there. Woo! Rabbi
I was
Jane.
wondering where that was.
Rabbi Jane, thank you so much for becoming a member. And if you have, okay, so one thing I want to make sure to let y'all know about the members. Rabbi Jane, if you became a member that is like one of the members that's in the, and I'll go back and verify any of the people that become members that are like tier 3 and above, I think it is. I think I only got like 3 tiers or maybe 4. I don't know. But once
A
you
lot of tears.
I don't even know. I set it up a long time ago when it first came out. But whatever, if you're in one of the tiers and it says that you get like a keychain and a sticker and a t-shirt and a like I think the premium tier gets like the t-shirt, the keychain, the sticker, the cap, the baseball cap, which is a really good baseball cap, and the something else I can't remember. No, it is a good one. I was like, dang. And so all you got to do is reach out to me and let me know, and then I'll verify, because you get a package. You get a welcome package. Okay? You ain't just signing up for a freaking membership. You're getting stuff.
I want a hat.
Not only are you getting content, well, I mean, you're my co-host, so I can send you one, you know, even though you're not a part of the premium.
But I'm working for free, so let's go.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, you're my co-host, though. But I had to throw in a little bit of shade. You know me. So.
Okay, it's okay. Me too.
So I was on this live stream, right? I'm continuing the story. I was on this live stream and I start falling asleep not because it's boring, but because I always try to go to sleep at a decent godly hour, but it just never happens. But, and because there's too much drama and my ass is too nosy. That's what the problem is. So anywho, premium. Yeah, exactly. So anywho, I went up in there and I was listening to all the Keemstar drama, right? Because he called Xylee a B. He called Xylee a B. And I was like, what?
You know that happened, by the way.
Dude. Oh my God.
I had no idea.
Bro, when I freaking tell you, I was shooketh to the chorus of my being.
I told Xylee later the next day, I said, Keemstar saying that shit to you was out of pocket. There was no need for that.
Wait, who? I thought you said Tipster. I was like, Tipster didn't say that. It was Keemstar.
Keemstar.
Yeah, it was Keemstar.
I might have said Tipster because I read Tipster.
I might have heard Tipster, but I'm high, so I don't know. We might have both.
No, yeah, because I went into the call right afterwards because I joined because I accidentally renewed, like it auto renewed my Keemstar fucking membership, the Keemstar show, and so renewed or whatever, and I went to go look like here and there. I literally would go in, like listen for 5 seconds and then just dip, but she said something. She's like, "Oh yeah, like Xylee was my friend, but I don't know." And I was just like, and then I went into like the chat with Nick and Xylee. I was like, "Xylee, what the fuck, bro? I thought you guys were friends." Like, just like, what the fuck? Just I didn't know what happened, but yeah, continue.
Yeah,
your story.
I didn't either. So I was just like, "Oh my God, is this for real?" Because that's the first question that I ask when it comes to like Keemstar. To hell, even to Rich Lux, I even tell him too, like, "Okay, are you serious or are you trolling me? Are you serious or are you trolling me?" And Rich will tell me like, "No, I'm serious." And even then I'm like, but are you for really, you're really serious? And he's like, "Yes, I'm serious." And so when he says it like a few times, or when I could tell that he's actually being serious, then I believe him. But so when it comes to Keemstar, I've been on the Keemstar freaking roller coaster before, and you just never know, and honestly, when I was up in there, I thought that the stuff I have such a hard time telling what's real and what's not. So Xylee was saying that he was trolling. She was like, he was trolling that whole time, right? And I was like, wait, what? So then none of that was real? I don't understand. I was just like, because everybody's emotions seem to be real. Like, so if it was fake, then I'm just like, oh wow, these mofos need to be up in Hollywood. Because that's some top tier freaking acting right there, if I must say so myself.
So when I went into the argument with Keemstar, because I saw how he interacted with Keppels, I
don't know nothing about that.
the same level. I know. And so I went into it with the same level, right? Where I'm like, it's Keemstar. I don't really care. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. And then the point is, I brought in Brantley, and same like that situation, Brantley was brought in, and so emotions were involved, in my opinion, at that point. And so it was just like, okay, but you can't, like, you don't get both sides. Like, you're either in it, and you got to realize people are gonna say you're gonna be like on the Keemstar side, where you just say things just to say things, or you take it personally and you just freak the fuck out, whatever. But there's no two sides to it. Like, I don't really care. At the end of the day, what I personally say about their life doesn't matter. What Keemstar says about Xylee, clearly at the end of the day, doesn't fucking matter to him. You know what I mean? So he's gonna call her, say her, whatever the fuck he wants, and just use the excuse of, oh, it's just a fucking troll, which is the same
Wait,
thing
so you're saying that
people say
you
about
think that
Salvo
it's,
pancakes.
but wait, you're saying that you think that he was telling that to Xylee because he don't really care about her and he ain't being genuine, that he's really her friend? Is that what you're saying? I'm confused. Or are you saying that Xylee ain't gonna care?
That it could be one.
I'm just trying to clarify.
Of him to do, and I think it was shitty of him to do an out of pocket, and just because she wasn't quote unquote defending Brantley or whatever the fuck, that like he had no room to say it for whatever reason that he chose to say it, is pretty much what I'm saying.
Formo said, when Keemstar called Xylee the B word, it took me back to my childhood. I know, that's what a lot of people... So when Xylee said that he was trolling, I was like, what? Like, I was like this. I was actually like this.
What the hell you say?
That was my... Like, I was like... Because... were you able to hear that or no? I don't think I connected my stream deck. Oh, you did? Okay. I was like, what the hell? Let me see.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, it's working. Okay, so
Continue on with your story. I have to use the restroom. I'll be right back.
with soundboard, yeah. So what was I saying? So yeah, so I didn't know. I was like, wait. So then this is a troll. Like, this ain't real. So, but I'm confused, So then should we be upset that, he called Xylee the B? Or is like this part of the plan with the whole troll or whatever? Did Xylee know that he, it didn't seem like she did. She was shook. So I just had so many questions, and I was just like, I don't know. At this point, I'm just lost, right? Sounds like moving the goalpost to be, I don't know. I've literally been so nice to you that, wait, what? I forgot. Abby, why you being a see you next Tuesday to me today? Oh my God. I don't know about none of that. But I definitely thought that was interesting, right? What kind of troll? I don't know. I don't know what kind of troll. Like, I don't even understand. I was like, wait, because here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Like, I've touched up on this topic before when it came to Nikocado, Avocado, and Trisha Paytas, right? I've touched up on this topic that when you're a boy or a girl who cries wolf, right, too many times, it's bound to happen that when you cry wolf and there's really a wolf there to eat your ass, ain't nobody gonna believe you because you cried wolf too many dang times. It's common sense. That's why they tell us that story as children, so that we learn and that we don't go around crying wolf, which in modern terms is called trolling, right? Like, am I wrong? No, I'm not. I'll answer that for y'all since y'all can't answer back. I mean, you can in the chat, but ain't nobody gonna hear you. But I could see you, but I can't hear you. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, she's calling me dumb. Wait, what? Girl, can we not have fights up in the chat or in the live stream for one freaking, like, y'all act so good. Y'all act so good when our Lord Lady Rich Lux is up in his house. And then it's Thirsty Thursdays, and I don't know if I'm taking enough gummies for all of y'all to feel the effects or what, but everybody just pops the hell off. I think trolling is just a different term for being an a-hole. You know what? I think so. I really, really do. the community is overly comfortable with demeaning each other and calling it a troll. I mean, that's why I came to the conclusion. God, I don't know why these gummies got me tongue tied today, but I came to the conclusion that okay, so there was conclusions already made, right? Like from way before, but like I never troll. I'm always 100% serious. So I was in Xylee's stream, right? And I was falling asleep. Okay, because I don't go to a live stream. Like I went there to listen to the drama, but I was already going to bed. And I was trying to do it at a godly hour, like I said, right? And so when I was going to sleep, I was literally, that point in where you're just about to drift off and leave reality and you're about to go off in dream world. I was right to that point. And then I started hearing Abby Blackbird and Van Luke and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, wait, what? What? I thought I was dreaming. And so I clicked on and because I have a premium YouTube, so I always click off my screen and I'll fall asleep to a live stream if I think it's interesting and I'm like, okay, I'll fall asleep to this, give them all that view time, whatever, and the views or whatever, and and let them lull me down to sleep, even if it's drama, right? As long as it's voices. And so right at that point, I heard our names, and I was like, what? So I turned on my phone because it was black, and I looked. And there was some people up on there. And the only one that I had kind of heard of because he had subscribed to my channel the day before this was Matt Pitt, right? And mind y'all, I don't know none of these people. I ain't never seen none of these people's content. And I'm new to this whole, quote unquote community, even though nobody wants me here. I'm new to it. And I don't know a lot of people's backstories. I get it that a lot of people think, oh, if you're in the community, you should know the lore. Because I learned that word, it's lore, right? Which means basically their backstory. But I don't. So I'm learning all this stuff, right? And I'm just like, I had come to a point where I had just had enough. I had had enough about hearing crap about Abby. I'd had enough about hearing about Raw by Jane. Enough about why I'm such a bad person, right? For giving these two beautiful women, my freaking time, my attention, my platform, which it ain't even a big platform. I don't get what the big freaking deal is, And then I hear this, right? Half awake, fed up. And so I went up in there and I was like, hold up, wait a minute. What's going on? You know what I mean? Because actually, somebody was texting me and I was getting, information about it too. So I went up in there and I was like, what's the tea? What's good? People telling me to come up in your hood because my name is being spoken. Man, I wish there was a rhyme that sounded like hood. Anyways, so I went up in there because I knew I wasn't tripping and my name was being mentioned. And so I was snarky to Matt Pitt, and some beaver dude was up in there too. And I don't know who else was up in there, right? But I'll give it to Xylee. She was talking good about me. She said I was cute or whatever, She was like, I ain't gonna lie, she's cute. She pretty up there with her little blingity headphones and her blingity bling microphone. And she said her top on or something like that. When I show the ladies. And I was just like, oh, interesting. Okay. Well, good on Xylee. Good on Xylee. And that's why I told the dudes in there, like, y'all always got to understand that whenever you're talking, like even right now at this very moment, one of these dudes can come up in here, right? And I have to be prepared. And if they say, I want to be on the call, I want to talk to you, I got to be prepared. Hey, you know what? Balls to the wall, man. All right. Let's talk it out, right? Let's talk it out up on here, right? And so I let them know that, and I didn't say them in such kind words. I was like, y'all need to understand, anytime y'all talk shit about somebody, you need to be prepared. Like I don't say stuff unless I'm like, I'm okay with saying it if that person is standing in the same room as me, and if I'm not comfortable, if I don't feel comfortable doing that, then I ain't going to say it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just not going to say it. And spread that around. I don't know if that makes me weird or what, but that's just how I do. Right. What is going on? What are y'all doing? Hold up. Wait a minute. What is going on in the chat? Abby, have some come for me out loud. What?
Just ignore it. She's just triggered. Just keep going. What you're saying is good. Don't worry about it.
I'm trying to see if you're typing stuff to her.
No, I just asked a question and she got mad. It's not neither here or there.
We can't, I mean, we're over here talking about how we resolved from the last live stream.
Let's keep going.
Oh my God. Okay.
I'm not even paying it any mind.
Okay.
Man.
Okay. Let's go. Let's go. So then, I'm listening to this, and here was the crazy part, right? And I'm just being real. The crazy part to me was, and this is the kicker, Xylee was cool, right? And she really didn't say much, but what she did, she helped me learn the lore. Cause again, I don't know the lore, right? So, and they introduced me onto the way that the commentary community views like certain people and always wants to like categorize them. Like, oh, who is Van Luke? Is she a T channel? Is she a commentary? Whatever. And so we went into the whole conversation of why I don't want to be labeled and I'm just going to do my own thing, right? And how we started the podcast and like, we wanted it to be like, cause we're women, but it wasn't just going to be about women. Cause even on that clip, and we got the receipts over on Twitter, even on that clip, it said, it's not like it's just going to be men though. I mean, women though, cause we will have men and other guests on and everything. Right. And so I was like, but we can just be ourselves. We can lift each other up, blah, 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 blah. Right. And that's what it was about. Right. In the name, you wouldn't even know unless like we had told y'all that. Y'all wouldn't even know by the name. Like literally look at the screen. It says Thirsty Thursdays. It doesn't say like Women Thursdays or, nothing like that. Nothing at all. Right. So it's just like, it just so happened that when we were brainstorming, Rabbi Jane was on with us as a guest and Abby Blackbird, my co-host, and it was all of us women. It just so happened to be. Right. Anywho. And the only reason I really did say that is because Edwin has been spitting out the idea of, more women needed in commentary, right? And so they were saying that Cooter Power Nation up in here, Rabbi Jane, Cooter Power Nation. And see, even that was a joke. It was a joke. Cooter Power was a joke. Like, it ain't real. We ain't up in here like, oh, Cooter Power, like with t-shirts and shit. Like what? So anyways, that wasn't the only issue, but also it was crazy to me. This was the crazy part, right? For me, the crazy part was that these guys were kind of like, not really shitting on the idea, but kind of like talking, sideways about it a little bit. And the crazy thing was that there they were saying this, and Xylee is starting to stream, and that's why I kept saying at the beginning of the broadcast, because I knew that we were going to talk about this. Xylee is starting a live podcast, and it is going to be a panel of women, and it's called The Broadcast, right? And so here they are saying this, right? And I was just like, what is happening? But I think that this is what I think is what happened. This is what I think is what happened is that when you're a part of a community, it's kind of like, you already have support or whatever. And so if you're coming from the outside like me, it's kind of like, they're like, who are you? So I forget who it was, but somebody, I forget her name, but there were a few girls that came up. I think one was named Zip Zap, and I think Mystic something, the other one. And I think it was Mystic who said like that I got to understand the commentary community is very what did they say? Like guarded, I guess, or something. And so I get that, And so at the end of the day and at the end of the conversation, the way that I felt was like, well, at least I said my piece. You know what I mean? Like, because I was just like on some next level stuff. I ain't even gonna lie, right? And then afterwards, like a little dummy, I went back and I was like, oh, let me, I became a member of Xylie's thing because it went to members only. And I was like, let me look back because, when I'm under the influence of stuff, right? Number one. And then number two, when I'm like in and out of sleep, people are telling me, oh, they're over here talking about you. And I'm like, I know I just heard my name, but I didn't hear what they said. I got to go back and catch up. Like, what the hell? And I didn't miss that much. But anyways, I need a Cooter Power t-shirt. So for me, it was just like, and I feel like if I kind of jumped the gun a little bit, like I had a little bit too much sauce on, the delivery.
I love the sauce.
I added a little bit too much. I added, don't get me wrong.
No, not very enough sauce.
No, they needed some of the sauce. I ain't gonna lie. They needed some of the sauce. But I laid it on a little too thick. So, in my own personal opinion. So I reached out and I was like, I don't know if this is the right dude or whatnot. But I don't even know who the other dudes on the panel's names were. And everybody always has different names on Discord and Twitter and all this kind of stuff. So I said, I realized that I probably came off a little bit harsh. And I do apologize. Because like I said, I'm the first person to own up when I'm wrong. And I said, I do apologize. And I hope that y'all know. And I even apologized to Xylie. I was like, Xylie, I just want you to know that I wasn't coming at you sideways and being saucy with you. Like that was aimed more towards like the dudes. And then even then I was a little too harsh on them too, in my opinion, because, at the end of the day, if something was to happen to me, I wouldn't want to leave this world with that little bit of stain on my reputation, even though it was a small little speck still, you know what I'm saying? So I was a bigger person and I kind of did that. And it is what it is. But they was up on there trying to judge me by my looks. Like, oh, is she hot? Is she hot? Is she pretty? And then they were like,
I am.
And then they were like,
hold on. Let me do this first.
You froze, girl.
Make sure you guys can see. Oh shit, I froze?
Yeah, you're frozen,
No,
giving me a judgmental look.
That's funny. Hold on.
I love that, Kill Sims.
I gotta do it again. Hold on.
I love when we all get along too, Flop Tina. I do. Girl, just because this episode is about your haters, Abby doesn't mean you need to have... Wait, Abby doesn't mean you need have to take it out on... Oh, girl, y'all just need to quit. Oh my God. Y'all was getting along so good. You got the gifted membership, Maddie, that Abby bought. And y'all was like the best of freaking friends. And what happened? Again? Yes, I do.
Okay, hold on. What were you saying about looks? Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
hold on.
they were asking.
Let me go a little
Don't
bit
you whip out them things because I don't want to get banned.
A little bit of my ass and spank it, and then we're gonna go sit down like the lady that I am. Okay?
Oh my God. This is why I love you, girl. So then, all that to say, with that being said, me saying I love you, girl, all of that to say is that at the end of that stream, so with my bad Podunkville Wi-Fi, it started raining out here and the Wi-Fi broke off and I froze and I couldn't get back on. So I hopped on my cell phone and because, my bra is falling. Oh, my bra strap fell over my shoulder. I had to lift it back up. So it was raining and we have satellite because I'm out here. We ain't got no fiber optic, none of that fancy city folk stuff, right? And so if anything, I was like, okay, well, I could use my cell phone before that signal died. So I got on my cell phone. I was in the stream. I was like, thank you so much for having me on. I was glad we talked, yada, 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 right? And then I stayed up thinking because my brain like hyper focuses, right? It's like my ADHD sometimes hyper focuses on stuff, right? And I was thinking about you, Abby. I was thinking about Raw by Jane. I was thinking about the community. I was thinking about everything, right? And my stupid audio that wasn't working, but thank God that now we got it fixed. I was thinking about all of that stuff, right? And I got to a point where I was just like, you know what? This ain't even worth it. It ain't worth the headache. Like, I just want to quit. Like, I'm done. I'm so done because, after losing my cat, this is the year that is always, every freaking time of the year around the holidays is always the hardest for me because of my sister, not being here with us and, losing loved ones around this time and stuff like that. And I was just like, this is just a little cherry on top and that extra little sprinkle that just makes the whole freaking cake collapse. That's what it was. And I was like, I'm done. It's just not going to happen. And then I started thinking and I was like, hold up. Wait a dang freaking cotton picking minute. Because if anything, these mofos is talking about us, right? Like, am I wrong?
Oh.
And I should be looking at that. That's a good thing. Because if the worst they said was like, oh, is she hot? Is she hot? And stuff like that. And, they said that our podcast is interesting. It ain't entertaining, but it's interesting. And I was just like, hold up. Wait a minute. What? How? I even asked for examples. How is it interesting, but it's not entertaining? Because I wanted to know. And you know why I wanted to know? I didn't want to know to be so that I could, trash talk him or whatever, although I was a little bit shady. I ain't even going to lie. Right? But I wanted it because I wanted that. I want the positive criticism. If you can give it to me where it's easy to swallow, I'll swallow it. But don't give it to me and
love
be
to swallow. Right, I can't.
I hate you. Oh my God. See, it's some secret nasties that come out at a certain hour. I'm telling you. Objectifying women. Who, me? Wait, what? Me? Wait, what? It's not I like to wait, me? Who are you talking? What? It's rude not to swallow. I like to swallow water.
I agree, Killsims. I agree. Anyways, continue, girl.
So
your high brain is at 1,000. Keep going. Keep going.
It's not. Am I not making sense? Am I being weird?
You're good. You need to keep going. Don't read the chat.
Okay.
Your story. Finish your story.
Okay. Yeah, because if not, then I'll forget. So, what was I saying?
Hella lost.
I know. I'm sorry. But you know what?
We were talking about you went on stream and you're being a badass bitch that you are, and you said you went and mind your business. Had your light bulb that went off.
I thought I was being a little bit too harsh. I'm just being real. And so, then afterwards I said, hold up, wait a minute. They're talking about us? And if worst that they said was that it was interesting, but it wasn't entertaining. And if they were questioning whether I was hot or not, because honestly, and to be honest, another thing that triggered me was because they said they went and checked my channel, right? And then they said, oh, I guess her latest video was like she lost a relative or something. And I was just like, okay, I had just gone through the loss of Poe. So hearing that, just like, not that they were saying nothing bad about it. They didn't say it bad, but like, and they were judging me on my ugly cry face, which, okay, everybody cries ugly. I don't think nobody cries looking good unless you got Botox and your face is frozen or something. But correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think nobody looks good when they're crying. I'm just saying. So they were judging me off of that, which I was just like, oh my God, you can't judge me off my crying face because I'm an ugly crier. I cry ugly. I'm going to admit it. I do, but I don't look ugly. And I know that much. You cried beautifully, Van. Thank you. If you have to use middle school
she does cry pretty though. I'm not even gonna lie.
Me? Girl, I'm literally like
this. Like when I see you cry, I'd be like, all right.
No, girl. No.
Maybe it's just because I'm just like, maybe I'm just like, because like when I'm like, she's still pretty. Like I wish I was that pretty. Like
you are that pretty. You are that pretty.
Okay.
I judge, and I don't know if this is like. I don't know if this is like the pansexuality of me, but like for me, when a person is like beautiful on the inside, to me, they're beautiful on the outside. Mm. And if they already look good on the outside, and then they're beautiful both on the inside and outside, then they just smoking. Like, I'm just like, whoa, This is a beautiful freaking person, hands down. Oh, grrr. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Vern?
Yes,
you know what I mean,
do know
Vern?
what you mean.
Crying is just your
I know what you mean.
formal. I swear to God. Ooh, pins up in the
Not
hair.
boo, though.
I just have to stroke face, so I'm crying. Wait, what? I just have stroke face. So if I'm crying, I just have to turn to my dead side. I am what? Oh
I'm
my
dead.
God.
I'm dead.
Just another story. Oh my God. At least you can find humor. That's how I am. I'm the first to make humor out of my situations. Pan Luke. Oh my God. Why do I actually like that though? Ain't that cute? Man, there's a lot of pans up in the freaking chat. That is awesome. Maybe that's why we vibe so well. You think? I don't know. See, but okay, so I was talking to Rich about some inside tea, and it's a secret as far as like, sexuality goes. And he was telling me, like, girl, you should just come out already with it. Like, everybody will support you. And I'm just like, but I'm scared because, like, for like my friends and stuff and family members, you know what I mean? So like, it's something I've never told, like I've only told very few people in my life. And, he's one, and then the other, like there's two, and that's it. And one of them is him. And so, yeah. So he was just like, just do it, girl.
Are you having a coming out moment?
No, I haven't said that to what it is to anybody, except like I said, two people, and one of them is Rich. And so it's just something, so I don't know what it would actually make me, but it's just deeper into the whole cooter. How did you make that? Wait, what? Oh my God. Is that what you've been doing? Her face, that proud little
all about
face.
The creative, bro.
Oh my God. Cooter Power Nation. No, I'm just kidding. Trying to sound like those radio Cooter Power. Oh my God. Because every time
I need to open up I need to open up a fucking like store. Like, I don't know how to do the stores and things, but I do have a lot of talents. Marvelous. Wacky Abby will come as it goes. I've already drank too much of this wine, to be completely honest. So
I'm like, woo, cloud nine. Cooter.
See, I wish I was gonna say I need formal like boyish. All right.
Okay, so let me get girl. We derailed.
Alert Nation.
We derailed. We totally derailed. I just remembered. We didn't finish the whole situation.
Your stone, sis.
Dang it. You see, this is why we can't have nice things, and we can't have good live streams and podcasts. I'm just saying.
A lot of nice things. No, you're great.
I'm not gonna lie.
You went on to freaking Kylie Gets Real thing, and then you kind of like set the record straight, and we said, you know what, you guys.
Oh yeah, no, because the fact is, the fact is that they were talking about us, right? And I said, you know what, we're onto something. Because we've got you don't even know how many freaking people have been reaching out, just smack talking, right? Y'all don't even know, right? And I was keeping it quiet, although I did talk to Abby about it at first. I wasn't going to keep harping on it, going on and on. Oh, I got another one today. I got another one. I wasn't going to keep going. I was holding it in, right? And then
we had the same motherfucker message us, bro.
Yeah, and then Abby messages me one day and says, and it's just a message, right? And then I said, oh my God, because amongst all the people that were messaging, that one account, and that was the most weirdest one, because the other accounts, they had some followers and stuff, but this one account, they didn't have no followers and wasn't following nobody. And they had just made their account. So I was like, that's really interesting. And so they were telling me, like how Abby's gonna drag me down, how I'm gonna get backstabbed, how this is gonna be destroyed, blah blah blah, get her off of here. And I was like, you know what? I mean, it could be one of two things, right? It could be that Abby is really, really a bad person, and that's why they want her off of this live stream, right? Or it could be that she ain't, which is what I think. And we had a little hiccup, and I was disappointed, and I did think that this was going to be the end, and that it was all going to be over. And I was hoping and praying that I wasn't done dirty, right? At the end of the day, because I didn't think Abby was going to want to come back. And we talked it out. And then we said, you know what? We obviously must have something special. So let's do the dang thing, and we said, I apologize. And I said, let's do the dang thing. Let's keep people talking, right? And let's give them stuff to talk about. Because I think that the good thing about me and Abby is that Abby can have her opinions and I can have mine. And Abby, sometimes I'm just like, or I'll say, Abby, But at the end of the day, I think that that's what makes this live stream very interesting. I mean, I don't know that if it's just me, but that's what I think, So that being said, that's kind of where we're coming from. And the end, what's going to end, because I did say that there was something that was going to end. What's going to end is me, like listening to what people got to say. Because it don't matter. It really, really don't. If this community ain't, welcoming me in or doesn't want me here, because there were several people like, I don't think this community is for you, because you're thinking too much into it and blah, blah, blah. And you got to address to your, whatever and all this kind of stuff. And they even, one, I forget who it was, but they were even saying that I'm, kind of like alienating Abby Blackbird because I only chose her as a co-host because she's a woman and she's a minority.
I'm so white.
I
haven't
know.
been outside in like 3 years. I'm so white.
I know. And I was like, what in the world? People are on some what? So at the end of the day, I said, you know what? All right, this community might not want me around, and that's fine. But, I like doing what I'm doing. I like watching who I'm watching. I like covering who I'm going to cover. And, if that rubs people raw, then that's fine. But it ain't going to stop me. If anything, it's going to make me want to do it even more. So, you know what I'm saying? So me and Abby decided to put an end to the, like being like, I not trying to fit in, but just, I guess letting those type of comments and criticisms and people trying to say maybe, this ain't for us, not even letting it get to us, and still doing the dang thing, whether people like us or not, And so that's what we had both agreed on that we would put an end to. And we also talked about several other things. Abby talked about us not having, what did you call it? Circle jerks or something?
Like going in a circle as far as like looping.
Oh yeah, looping conversations. Oh my God, I said circle jerks. Wow.
I mean, that too.
Dang.
We do have somebody in waiting bench too.
Oh, okay. Oh, I forgot to take calls. Oh my God. Raw by Jane. Okay. Let me see.
Hey.
I gotta
hey.
Oh,
Hey.
oh my God. Your
Okay, so I got
picture.
2 things to say.
Oh wait, hold on. Your mic is really loud. Hold on. Okay, go ahead and try.
Oh wait, let me turn it down. Test.
Okay,
Test,
yeah.
test.
Perfect.
Hi.
Oh, there you are. Okay, let me go ahead and let
Hi.
me bring it down. And then that way we can focus on the beautiful ladies on the
It's
screen.
a new mic, so it's really, really nice compared to what I had before. Beforehand, I felt like I had to scream into the things, and now this thing's so sensitive. I'm like, I have to relearn to tone things down. You know what I mean?
It's
but
beautiful.
I had two things I just wanted to say real quick.
Yeah,
wait, go outside real quick. Close the door.
Ooh.
Sorry. Two things I just wanted to say. First of all, I love you. You're amazing. Both of you guys. I love both of you. Obviously, you guys know that. Abby, you obviously know. But I just want to say I love both of you guys. You are amazing. What you guys are doing is so fucking entertaining. Like, I hauled ass home from work. I missed the first part of the stream, but I hauled ass home from work just to make it to watch the stream because you guys are so fucking entertaining. So that's the one thing. I love you guys. You're amazing. Just keep up with what you're doing. And second, I just want to confirm that even with Botox, you still look ugly crying. Now, my Botox is not freshened up, but let me tell you, even with a full face of Botox, I still look ugly as shit crying.
Oh my God. I'm sure you don't.
I'm dead.
I'm sure you don't.
That's all I wanted to say. But I have to go take care of kids or whatever. I'm still going to be watching on my phone. I just wanted to say that real quick. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. And keep up the hard work. Mwah.
And we ain't listening to nobody. Just so you know, we ain't listening to nobody's crap. Nobody, fool. So that was kind of where we decided to end up, Abby and I. And I thought it was a pretty good decision, in my opinion, because, you know, it's just like Rabbi Jane confirmed and said, you know, we've got something good going on. If we didn't, we wouldn't be talked about at all. You know what I'm saying? So I welcome it. I welcome the conversation. I welcome, you know, if they're going to say something. Oh, what? I didn't mean to do that. And Abby was like, that's what I'm saying. Let's just do our thing. And blah, blah, blah. And I was all like, well, dang. Okay, shoot. So it was kind of a thing.
I got to, man. After so long, I got to. Like, it's so annoying having all these people have all these fucking problems. And it's like, I can understand constructive criticism and shit, you know what I mean, to a degree. It gets to a point where it's just like with the religious thing, we're gonna have to agree to disagree. I'm gonna be in my corner. You can stay in yours. You don't have to fucking like it. And we're just gonna keep doing our thing.
Hell yeah.
Right.
So let's get into some more callers. If you want to join the call, you can go ahead and call 1-800-555. No, I'm just kidding. You can go.
We're just here for good vibes. I don't really care. No offense. I'll leave. I already agreed to 2 hours for this, and that's like my max.
Yeah.
I want to have a good night. I've had a really good life, you know? So at the end of the day, just vibes, please.
Don't knock a good circle jerk, Flatina. No, I totally agree.
That's what I'm saying.
And yes, we did talk about that. And Abby did say, so here was the other thing that we put to an end. So Abby likes having like one caller on at a time, only give them so much time and then they got to get off basically. And I like.
It just gets overwhelming for me.
It does get a little bit overwhelming, but that's kind of like what I like about it, if that makes sense. Like everybody who was in the last live stream to me, well, you know, we have our, okay, so I'm going to backtrack. I was going to say something that kind of slipped out. I'm going to put it back in. Okay. So for the most part, people were able to like, you know, wait for the other person to talk, you know, not too much over talking was going on. And so it was, you know, I thought it was decent and I thought we had a great time up until things went sideways. And so for me, I love that. You know what I mean? And Abby was like, well, I don't. So we can agree to disagree. And I said, okay, well then what we could do is when it's call time and I want to let all these people on, you know, then if you're not comfortable with that, then you can go ahead and, you know, we can end your segment of the show and then do the last show where I'm doing the call.
Oh, you might want to, yeah, you might want to drop your Discord link, my dear.
Oh. Right.
I'm not modded in the chat yet, so I don't have a way of doing that.
Let's see if I did that right. I'm scared to mod you. I ain't even going to lie to you. I'm scared because you'll probably be banning Maddie, you know, and
I don't
even lie.
I don't make executive moves like that without like
She'd be
asking.
messaging
Unless
me,
it's like a sex
Van,
bot.
Abby blocked me, blah blah blah, and
You're
then I'd
already
have to be
messaging
like,
me, bro. Like, I don't really care. Like,
I'm just
I
joking,
don't
dang
really
it.
care. Like, what do I have to care? No, I know. I'm just like, I just don't care. What is there to care about? Like, it is what it is.
Y'all are so funny.
You know what I mean?
You know, I
Everybody's
kind
gonna have haters.
in a weird way, when y'all bicker back and forth, I'm like, that's just Maddie and Abby going at it, you know? Even though I'm like, can y'all stop?
Whatever, bro.
Y'all ain't gonna stop. So what am I gonna do? You know?
I just don't engage. Yeah, like, what is the point? Okay,
But yeah. So
man.
so nobody's joining the call. So do you have anything that happened, like anything that you went through, or any thoughts and opinions about anything we
Oh yeah,
talked
I
about on the
went.
show?
So there's been Parking Tigers, who's part of the SNT with me, which is the Salvo news team, for those who don't know. And what? Anyways, I've been hanging out in his server a lot, like a lot, and it's been really fucking fun. It's been very wholesome, very sweet, like an overall good time. Floptina's been hanging out in there. Bree's been hanging out in there. Formal's been hanging out in there. Whatever.
Oh my
But
God,
there's
we've
this
got
dude in there.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
There's this dude in there that like has been doing the most, and he he was like, "Oh, I'm in LA," but like at first he hit me up and he was like, "Oh, you have a cute voice."
You're breaking up. Uh-oh. What? Did my stream die? What happened?
No, girl, like, she's frozen. Like, I'm here. I can hear you. This is frozen.
Abby's frozen? Who's frozen?
Yeah,
Abby?
I'm still watching the stream. Still live.
But who's frozen? Abby? Or me?
Yeah, just Abby.
Oh.
This wasn't Abby W though. The dude, he's goofy.
What dude are you talking about?
We call him Hash. He's like Hashing or something like that. I don't know. But he was like trying to argue with Abby. He was arguing with everybody. He was cringe. But yeah, he was trying to argue and fight with Abby, and Abby was just like, fine, like, let's meet up then. And he sent her 2 addresses, and she's pulled up on both of them and showed him proof. And then he was like, oh, like, you're goofy for pulling up, da da. And she's like, no, it's show up or shut up.
She pulled up? Like, no way.
Wait, in real life though? Like in real,
no
like
way.
IRL?
No.
She pulled up.
No
she pulled up. She pulled up.
So what you
She
saying
drove
is
to the addresses and was like, look, I'm here.
So what you're saying is Abby bout it.
She bout it.
Dang, that's what's up, Abby.
She pulled up.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Well, dang. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I'm pretty much the same way. I don't blame her. I don't know where Abby.
Yeah.
She ain't.
Yeah. I don't
that's
know what
her
happened.
right there, right here.
First thing is voting.
I don't know what happened, but something maybe she's got Podunkville Wi-Fi like me. Man, this got me stuttering, man. Never mind. I'm just gonna shut up.
Them dummies kicking. Yes, we know.
Yeah, no, and like she was calling him out because he was.
Oh my God!
He was like flashing his bag, and she was like, "Your bag is weak."
Wait,
like,
so who
that
are we
looks like
talking
it's just
about
Reggie.
again? Wait. Who are we talking about again? Who?
The Hashim.
The who?
Abby and Hashim.
Who?
I don't know his name. Can you not hear me?
Yes, but who?
Abby and Hashim or Hashin or something like that.
Hashim.
We just call him Hash.
I don't even know who that is. Is
Yeah,
he a
something like
YouTuber
that.
or he's a famous person? Or
I
something?
think he's just a viewer.
Oh.
Is he in the chat or something?
Yeah. Who?
I don't know.
How did this?
But he'll just be in Discords. And he'll just like pop in and he'll start hella shit, like trying to argue with people. Like people say he's all right, just 1-on-1, but like when he's in a group, he trolls. But Abby was like, all right, Like, she bowed it. She pulled up on him.
She bowdy for real. Damn.
Damn.
Yeah.
Hey, she bout it. Shoot. At least she can't lie when she says
Thug
that.
life. Yeah.
Maddie, what you
Told
doing,
her to shut
girl?
up.
You catching up
That's
over
what I said,
there?
Maddie, please.
I don't know if you
She's
could show
pulling
that
up.
on.
That's what she.
I don't know if you could show that on stream. Oh shoot, is that what Abby's
You know,
doing?
you good.
Abby's
I think,
pulling
I
up
don't
to
know how YouTube
Maddie's.
is. I know on Twitch.
It's just we a new glass.
Abby's pulling up to
Ooh.
Maddie's. That's why she
Doing a
off
dab.
camera.
She nice. She nice.
I know. I don't know what Abby's problem is with me today,
I'm
but I swear
joking.
she decided
I'm
to leave.
joking.
That's
She
what
knew I
I'm
was gonna
saying.
get
I'm
on camera.
joking, dude.
No,
I'm
don't.
joking.
I'm literally just being like, hey,
Dude.
I was being nice to you. Why are you coming for me today?
It was
And
a
only in
joke.
chat. Like,
I was a joking.
if we're joking, if we're playing along, if we're doing okay, talk to me. Like, she's been like bitchy to me before. I've been bitchy back. I've been like,
but
and she's
y'all
apologized.
always
And I'm like,
end
why
up
don't you want to do
good.
that now? Like,
Situation.
what?
I said this must be another Ember Lily situation.
Oh my girl, why
Y'all
did you
don't-
have to bring
I
that
told
up,
her she
girl?
is.
Oh my god.
I reached out
Please.
to her and I was like,
Please.
hey, I don't know why you'd rather have beef than an ally and make the same mistakes you made last week, but whatever.
We were supposed to have a good stream. It was supposed to be good.
I came to have a good time.
Abby,
Oh, trust me, this is like a welcome.
Yeah, but I just wanted to say I'm so glad y'all didn't end the show because, like we talked about last time, nobody's running anybody off. So
I know, right? I was like,
Oh, wow.
what? It was crazy. But I
I
know.
also wanted to quick apologize to you, Van Luke and Abby. I'm sorry if I got out of line last time.
No.
I found out why. My meds were kind of fucky,
Oh, well.
where I got a little too emotional too quickly, and I want to apologize. I didn't mean to get you all demonetized or anything like that.
Oh no.
And I'm sorry if I did.
No.
You are the least of the worries.
No.
yeah, you barely
we
said
had
anything.
fun.
That was
Let
bad.
me say, okay, so I watched, okay, so no excuse, right? I was high like a mofo. Like, that's what we do on Thirsty Thursdays, right? Everybody knows that, right? And if you don't know, now you know. And so I was higher than freaking the skyscraper. And when I look back when I was sober on the live stream, I was like, what I said, I was like, oh my God, you came at her a little bit harsh. I felt like that, like I was just like, why did I do that? Because although I did feel that way, and it was like, but it was like not to that extreme. Like I did feel that there was a little bit of projection of feelings, if that makes sense, but it wasn't like as intense as I made it seem on the live stream. So I want to apologize for that because I was like, wow. But
Yeah, same too. If I made you upset or anything too, Abby, it was really all coming from good intention too.
Like when you told me that I was coming from, like too much of a personal stance, you gotta tell shit blunt to me because otherwise then I overthink everything to exhaustion and I completely miss the fucking point.
Yeah, the only reason I said that was because, like, you know how, like I said earlier, I'm all open to positive criticism, and like when from a professional standpoint, whenever you're like anything involving laws or anything involving like ethics or anything like that, which like police officers, same thing, you take an oath, even as a psychiatrist and all that, which was what you said that you were going to be doing, you're going to school for. There's a certain part where you have to like distinguish between that and separate it. Like you can't, and so my only reason for saying it, which I was just like, oh my God, you should have articulated your thoughts better, was for that purpose of like, eventually it's going to happen down the road where, so it's good to start practicing now, basically, you know what I mean? But you'll see, they'll tell you that. And then you'll see what I'm saying. It was hard for me at first, but that's actually what helped me to be able to see like both sides of things when people are involved in stuff and all of that. And sometimes it's a curse for me, but it all came from that. I had to learn. And what I did was I basically would listen to when I had two people that were like giving me a report on something. I would basically act like I would Judge Judy, no joke. I would act like if I was Judge Judy and I was listening to these two people's stories and kind of like putting myself like, okay, I ain't in it. My name's Bennett and I ain't in it. So what's going on? So that was, if that helps at all in the future, that's kind of how I looked at it from that kind of, and it really did help. And it's been something I've been grateful for. But that's all that was coming from.
I got my degree and everything before I ended up finding out, hey, yeah, if you have any psychological conditions and if you're considered medically disabled, yeah, you're fucked. There's no getting that job.
Yeah, well, it should, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Well, I'm sorry that
Although
happened.
I will say, y'all did save my life, and thank you for that.
What?
After I kind of sat there and kept on thinking about it, going, wow, why did I kind of go really emotional there? What the fuck? I went to
Bunny,
the
I really
doctor,
like
and I
you
found
being so
out
hard on yourself.
I was within a couple hours of having another massive stroke, and that was a major sign. So y'all did save my life, and thank you for that.
What?
Now I at least somewhat have the use of my left leg.
Wait, what? So you ended up going to the hospital?
Yeah, I've had 3 strokes so far, and that was my 4th.
Oh my God.
That's why I
so
joke about
sorry.
stroke face.
Oh my
How are you doing
God.
now?
I will quick tell y'all, I'm very nervous about this, and please, please, for the love of Christ, do not judge.
Oh no.
Having a stroke really fucks you on a lot of different ways. And I'm sorry, I just let that slip. My bad. Didn't mean to swear.
Oh, girl,
But,
please.
I'm gonna quick turn on my camera, and please do not judge. Please.
Girl,
I'm
you
very,
don't
very
gotta do
sensitive
that.
about it.
You don't gotta do that, girl. You don't gotta do that.
Why do I feel like you're gonna be fucking gorgeous though?
Right?
Literally.
9
Like,
times
Very-
out of 10.
Congratulations.
Oh,
I am stuck in this thing. And
Aw.
strokes, don't know if you caught it. Yeah, you get your teeth removed after so many.
Oh.
Because, dear Lord. And dentures hurt worse than anything you could ever imagine.
are you still
You
in
are
the
beautiful.
hospital?
No, I'm actually in my apartment right now. I've been trying to fix this up for, Jesus, over a year now. I've been redneck rigging everything. Because shit costs money and I'm a broke bitch.
Aw. Well, I want to say that you are beautiful. Number 1. Let's just get that out of the way. And number 2, like, I'm so sorry that happened. I mean, was there
Oh no, I'm not. You guys are serious lifesavers there because that one was supposed to be the one that took me out. Like,
oh my God.
I've survived the other ones, and that one was massive, massive. I've already had 2 massive strokes, and that one would have been the final nail in the coffin. And apparently, by me getting overly emotional like that, that was my body's way of warning me, going, hey, bitch, go to the hospital.
Whoa.
And that's where I'm kind of like, okay, really glad I did.
Whoa.
Wow. How long have you been dealing with that?
Jesus. Since I was in 5th grade. Wow. We first learned about it when I bit a brick wall with my face. And then I had to go to the hospital, found out I had a pretty bad concussion. Then they had me hooked up to the blood pressure machines. Next thing they know, all of a sudden blood pressure went to Zippo. And this bitch had another stroke. And I was like, oh, okay, that's awesome.
Oh my God.
And I found out real quick, yeah, I can't do anything.
Oh
so
no.
You're
half
so
of
brave.
my-
You've got such a good attitude about everything.
Oh, I've had
the fact that you came on too. Wow.
beyond shit my whole
Yeah,
entire
you can
life.
talk about it. You're smiling. I'm happy for you. You know.
After,
Okay.
I think I've had 36 surgeries now.
Whoa.
Like, strokes are my least sort of thing. Where I don't know if y'all heard of the Elephant Man. He's basically famous for having all these tumors.
Oh,
My disease is the closest known thing to the Elephant Man, where I have to surgically get bone tumors removed. I swear I'm fine, pumpkin. Thank you. But I have to go and do that. And if I don't, then there's a coin flip if they turn to cancer.
Oh no.
So my life has been fun.
Oh no.
Where I found out real quick, if you don't make jokes about the darkest of times, you're screwed.
True.
You're gonna die, and It's not going to be a physical death. It's going to be mental.
True. Like I have, I know I've talked about it before on my channel, but I have precancer cells in my breasts in both, and they had found a growth on my left breast, but just recently they found one on my right now. But I didn't want to have to go through all the biopsy stuff and everything because they were like, it's the stage right before the big C word, right? And so I was just like, oh my God, but it hurt so bad. And so I was like, I don't want to have to get that all done again. So what can I do? And they said, well, then if you don't want to do that, then all you could do is wait. And then we'll see on your next one if it's like grown or whatever. So I'm like, okay. So the one time, I don't know if y'all remember, but I hardly ever show my breasts on the camera. But I was like, I've been so grateful for them at the thought of them coming off, right? I have been so grateful that I was like, you know what? For that one stream, I am going to show them. And I'm going to jump and I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And I'm going to enjoy them. And they're going to be
You were getting it, girl.
And they look good, too.
I was like, oh, because you know why? Because then one day, if I do have to lose them, at least I could look back on my channel and I could see, man, my boobies was some good boobies. And that's the way I looked at it. But that's all you could do, you know?
I will say I'm right there with you.
Yeah, you just got to keep on going. And I admire your strength. And, you know, I guess from now on, if you start acting funny, then I guess we're going to be like, girl, are you all right? You need to go to the doctor? Something wrong with you?
Call me on life check, please.
Yeah. We will.
Because that's the only thing that saves me.
It was a nice show, everybody. It was a good time.
It was,
I feel
Abby.
happy. Keep trying to kick me off the show. I don't care. It's not gonna happen. Everybody, God bless.
Abby, nobody's trying to kick you off the show. Have a great night.
No, but they are.
Yeah,
They
she's
are. That's
talking
not the
about,
point.
yeah.
So the point is, yeah. So the point is that we're gonna keep going. We're gonna make it to episode 400. Suck my fucking nuts, and everybody have a good day.
Bye.
Have a good day.
Okay, continue. Drink some water.
Also, I'm gonna leave too, and then I'm not gonna tell you what you should do with like your body and life, but I would really like you to go and get checked as soon as possible. Like, I've had family members lost to breast cancer, and I know it's just scary. So
I know my grandmother passed away from breast cancer, and it was an aggressive form of breast cancer. And so that's why it's scary, because I'm like, dude, what if I got that one? And see, and the doctors are so weird because they were like, well, even if it does turn into something, you know, at least it's early. And I'm like, okay, but you're talking about my life, like really, like, you know, it's just, and again, it goes back to that whole thing about professionalism. Cause I know several people that are doctors, right? And like, and nurses as well. And when you're in a profession, they teach you like, you can't like, you got to have like a certain amount of like disconnect from your patients, like not a disconnect, but like you can't like show emotion. Like you'll never see a doctor that goes in and tells someone, you know, some major news about their health and them like crying along with the patients. You know what I mean? And there's a reason for that. And so what was I talking about?
That's all doctors have done with
they can be a little too heartless.
Oh yeah. So then when they tell me like, okay, well then all you can do is wait. I'm like, oh yeah, wait to see if my freaking whole life is gonna change. Like what? Like, give me something, you know? We love your boobies. Thank you, Floptina. Then if you do that, your channel might get pulled. Those types of streams are for OF, girl. Showing my cleavage? What? What are you smoking?
Meeting you, Van. Well, meeting I think they think you're talking about taking your boobies out.
Oh, no. Oh, man, I didn't get to say it was nice meeting you, too, but it was. Dang it. Well, shoot. Let me see. Did y'all?
I will 100% tell you, though. Like, I've been in that situation, too. I got one removed that was working its way through my lung and everything. 100% go for the double mastectomy with the implants. Like,
that's what
you never got to worry about that shit again, but you got the boobies.
That's what I was going at. And you know, I actually wanted to, okay, so going back to what I was talking about in the beginning. So I actually wanted a sport like having nothing for a while. Cause I just like, you know what I mean? Like I'd be able to go like topless without people freaking out or whatever. like I kind of wanted to own that moment for like a few years. You know what I mean? And but
Yeah.
but without getting into too much detail, but I've already done like a lot of research and stuff. And so most women lose the whole gone, right? And then they have a big old scar across. And so there's actually my doctor who did my the lumpectomy that I had is a specialist in like you're able to keep all of that, and they go under the boobie. And you get to keep everything. And they just take all this stuff out. But you got to be like a good candidate for it or whatever. But that being said, once they do that, since you got all the skin, they immediately put the implant. Because if not, you're going to be like left with flappity things until they put them up in there. So, that was one of the things. So I was like, man, I kind of wanted to sport the no boobie look. But if I want I got to do the other, you know what I mean? So I don't know. That's if I'd even be a candidate. And that's even if it gets to that point, which I'm hoping it don't. But yeah. Anyways, I went off on a ramble. That's what happens.
It's all good. Like, I've had one tata completely scooped out, gone. And now I have an implant in there, and I'm getting ready to do the second one. And I can tell you straight up, like, it is a lot better and easier. And I know, like, I just had my first kid in 2020. And throughout that whole pregnancy, I had them sitting there, like, berating me, telling me that I had to breastfeed him. That there was no other way, like, you have to breastfeed, you have to breastfeed. And every time I tried to explain to them, hey, bud, milk factory is shut down. I cannot physically do it. They'd sit there and tell me, okay, well, we could hook you up to the milking machine. Like,
like I would have been like, what am I a
what up
freaking?
to the milking machine?
What am I, a cow?
That's
Like,
crazy.
what the fuck? Like, what? I would have been
These
pissed.
were doctors telling you this?
Oh, yeah, I was pissed. Like, them doctors damn near let me bleed out. Where I went from 15.3 with hemoglobin all the way down to 5.6 in the matter of 15 minutes. And these motherfuckers didn't tell me anything. They didn't do anything aside from shove iron pills down my stomach. And that's where I'm like, okay, y'all are terrible. I'm never coming here again.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. So what's good, Maddie? What's good?
Oh, not much. Just feeling nice and stony. As you saw my new piece. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you sound great. All of y'all sound great.
Okay, good.
What's up, Moral?
Good.
What's your latest video?
What's up? I'm thinking about doing a video on Kanye West. I've been doing a little deep dive. It's been something I've been working on the side for a little minute now.
Ooh.
Since he's been going off the rails.
Oh, yeah.
So I had to talk about my dude Ye for a minute.
Yeah. I'll be watching that one because you already know you were in my live stream where I was talking about all of that tea and my little conspiracies. So I'll love watching that one. What's your latest one? Not this one that you're working on right now, but one that people can go and look on your channel.
I came out with one about Shane Dawson. That was my latest one. It was like about a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, I saw
and
that
it's
one.
pretty much it's just pretty much me defending Shane Dawson. I'm gonna say it. I defend Shane Dawson just because I feel like a lot of people are a little judgmental on the dude, just a little bit. So if you guys want to check that out,
I can't
please do.
remember. I can't remember because I know I watched it for sure, but I can't. I have such a bad memory. So what was your stance on Jeffree Smith?
So I remember we talked about this last time a little bit.
We might have, and I just forgot.
We did. We talked about so much. But my view on the Jeffree stuff, like I've only looked into it a little bit. I don't know the whole lore behind Jeffree and like all the girls coming out and all that kind of stuff. But how I viewed it was, one, you got to look at the fact that Shane Dawson even posted a picture with Jeffree on the internet after all that has happened. I mean, after him saying that this was like, when he got canceled, it was like one of the worst years of his life. And I'm like, okay, maybe Jeffree is wrong. I'm not saying that that's, right or anything like that. But if I'm going to put myself in Shane Dawson's shoes, I genuinely feel like him and Jeffree might have had a conversation. They were already friends. And Jeffree might have told him these people are wrong. They are canceling me for no reason, all this, that, and the third. And I feel like Shane Dawson probably feels like I went through that. I did, I gone through the same thing. So I really genuinely feel like he believes that Destry is not, he's innocent in that case. Now, whether he is or not, I'm not sure. Yeah. But I really just cannot see Shane actually posting a picture and publicly saying this, knowing or thinking that he actually did this stuff, knowing how the internet's going to react to him, knowing how the internet reacts to Shane Dawson now, doing nothing. You get what I'm saying? So
that's so weird.
That's just how I feel about that.
And I let you say all of that, and I remembered that you had said that. Like, I had forgotten at first, but then when you came home with the point, I was like, I do remember when she said that.
Yes.
So
it's just crazy because, like, I just really feel like I don't know. Once again, I don't know if Destry is in the wrong or not. I haven't done my 100% research on it. But from that point of view, I can see him really thinking, like, he's probably got canceled just like me. And, if I'm going to be like all these other people, then, like, I'm no better and all that kind of stuff. That's really how I really think Shane Dawson is viewing that. Yeah. But besides the Destry stuff, like I said before about how people, like to jump down Shane Dawson's throat. It's not like we didn't know Shane Dawson was making these type of jokes, doing these type of videos. When the conspiracy palette came out and everybody's buying his stuff, but then when all that stuff blew up, everyone turned their back on Shane Dawson, really. And he was right about James Charles, once again. I mean, all of that stuff happened and blew up because of James Charles and Tati Westbrook. She's too damn old to be acting like that anyways, but...
but there also were a bunch of people that didn't look into the quote-unquote lore, and they didn't know what was happening, So, I mean...
That is true, too.
So maybe it was a bunch of those. I think that's why when everything happened, like, it was so shocking. Because I think that was the ones that had with the most impact, because the ones that didn't know were just like, what? Like, it was just like a complete, because it was just one thing after another, boom, 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 right? Like, people bringing up all this stuff. And if you think about it, and I think we talked about this last time too, but I really can't remember right now. But if you think about it, it was all because he platformed Jeffree. And Jeffree was like super freaking actively problematic in the moment.
Crazy about Jeffree I want to talk about.
Okay, put a pin in that and hold that thought. And he was super problematic in the beauty space, and it was like, he's platforming this dude. He's okay in this dude's problematic behavior. Oh, then this just proves that he's still problematic for all of this, that, and the third that he did 10 freaking 15, whatever, how many years ago. And so that's what I think happened to him with all that.
And it wasn't even just that little spotlight. Like, he apologized over and over. He always says he has apologized multiple times, which he has. Yeah, but I think what really blew it up was that there's a bunch of people who didn't even really know who Shane Dawson was. And they're starting to get a whiff of it, I mean, even Jada Pickett said something, right? And she probably had no clue.
Her daughter. That was her daughter.
Yeah. So all of that stuff became mainstream, and I feel like that is what really just took everything and it just went off the rails from then. And once again, I'm not defending Shane for making those type of jokes, right?
No.
But I'm just saying, he has not done anything in the past couple years, in my opinion. I feel like he is a very different person. You may not like his jokes. You may not think he's funny. That's fine. That's debatable. We can talk about that. But I just don't think he's not doing the same type of stuff that he used to do. And it wasn't even just him who was making jokes like that. There's a lot of people who were doing that. Once again, it doesn't make it right. I'm just saying it just shows the type of culture YouTube was back then. And I mean, even me as, there was a lot of, racial jokes, and I can look at that and I'm not bothered by it personally. When all that stuff blew up, of course I was hopping on the wave with everybody else, right? Because I was a big Shane Dawson fan. And I used to watch Shanae when I was younger. I was laughing at that. And then when everybody started talking about it and everybody started to really get upset, I started to get mad, and I once cancel Shane Dawson, all that kind of stuff. And then I took a step back and I was like, look, he has not done jokes like that. He has apologized. What more can he do besides change his behavior and apologize? We like to continue to always bring up people's past over and over. But if they're actually doing something and moving, in the future in a better way. Like, we can't continue to do that and batter them because of their past. Like, that's just horrible. Like, nobody's going to be able to grow from that, you know? So
I admit that I was a
I
part
just
of
see
that. I was a part of that.
Me too, I was.
Well, because so it started with this Diana Plantana girl. And the reason that I did it with her was because, like, first of all, like, she was coming for people, like, and an easy search of her Twitter, you could tell that she was coming for people for a while, right? And it wasn't it wasn't like minorities. She was coming for white people with large platforms, right? And I was just like, that's an interesting pattern of behavior, right? That's really weird. And so but at the same time, I was like, but at the same time, you know, it do be like, and I'm just being real, but it does, a lot of people, you know, with that minorities will have issue with tend to be white, right? Because there's things that are happening that are, you know,
well, there's
not
also
supposed to
like
be
a lot
happening.
of people with platforms are white.
Well, true. And so, and see, and that gets into another discussion about how, you know, it's kind of, we're not going to get into all of that. I'm like, you already know what road I'm heading down, and we ain't going to get into all that.
Yeah, I already know. I see it.
Because that's a whole another topic too. But, yeah, so, I noticed that, and I was like, this is interesting. So then I went back and I started looking at different, like, races that she possibly could have, like, you know, been talking about, whatever. And it was like Asians, you know, all kinds of, and even calling black people, like comparing them to, I don't know if I think she said monkeys or gorillas or something. And I was like, oh, but she's over here riding hard on Jeffree about what he called Jackie Ina. You know, she's over here riding hard on these other people who was doing all this, that, and the third. And I was like, but you know, sometimes, and this is just my opinion, and I've seen it happen, but sometimes the people that are screaming the loudest, you know, it's because
do the same
they be
thing
doing
behind
that
closed doors.
same shit. They be doing that same shit, and they try to deflect.
And that's what I said.
They trying to be like, no, y'all need to look over there. Y'all need to look over at this person, because they know that they, you know what I mean? And so I think that's why it was just like, when I saw that, I was like, you gotta be freaking kidding me. Like, you've got to be kidding me. And go, you know, talking about so many different people, you know, and talking about how blood pressure medication,
gotta take them pills.
I know. I got to get off in a little bit so that I could take them. But, you know, and how the Kardashians are horrible people, when, like, not even long ago, she was a huge stan of them. And I was like, and I get it, opinions change. But, you know, it's like, if your opinion changes, why are you trying to freaking force, like, the opinion that you think is right?
Why can't somebody else down?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you're trying to force it down everybody's throat. Like, make a video, talk about it, discuss it, get your point across. I understand. But don't be trying to, like, be out here forcing that down everybody's throats, you know? Like, not everybody's going to agree. Not everybody is going to agree. And you just got to take that L, like, if that's even how you want to see it, you know? So it was just one of those instances where, and then she kept going on and on and on. And I was just like, and then not only that.
And I know she's not the only one.
Yeah, and people were listening, though. And, like, the sad thing was, for me, was that she was winning the votes of the BIPOC community. Everybody was on board, right? And when I saw all of this that she had been saying and all that, I was like, dude. And so I was torn, like, should I talk about it? Because if I was, like, strongly supporting somebody like that, because I honestly did not know, I would want to know, so that I could stop supporting that. Because how are you a part of the solution if you were obviously, you know what I mean? Like, and so it was just like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
of course. And, like, that's what I was saying. Like, in my video, I was talking about, like, I'm not gonna lie. Let's be honest. I know a lot of people who were pointing fingers at Shane Dawson probably said the same type of jokes behind closed doors. I'm not saying everybody, okay?
Probably.
But I'm just saying, like, okay, so you're telling me everybody who's pointing fingers, who's not a person of color, at Shane Dawson for being racist, you're telling me you all never said anything, just joking around with your friends. So it's just like, people are so quick to point fingers and be like, ha ha, look, he's in trouble. Look, he showed his ass and all this kind of stuff. And it's just ignorant, you know? And like everyone needs to see, like, you know, you could be one way at one point, but you can also change. And if you are a different person, if you're not the same person, somebody else can change as well. And we shouldn't just be hopping on the bandwagon, you know, canceling everybody left and right. Like cancel culture is just like the worst thing, the absolute worst thing, like that could ever happen on the internet, in my opinion. Because people are not even really like doing their research. They're just hearing something from their friends. They just looking on Twitter. And I fall short of that all the time. I'm not saying like I'm perfect of that. I'm not saying I don't do that. I know that I do that as well with certain things. So like whenever I was looking back at the Shane Dawson stuff, I was like, wait a minute. Maybe people went a little too hard on the dude. Because once again, like I said, he apologized multiple times, and he has not done those same type of things. So what more can he do?
He can't
like literally, what more can he do?
He can't. That's what I was saying. Like when people were saying, like, "Oh, Shane Dawson better not freaking release another palette, or we know for a fact that it's a cash grab."
Just don't buy it then.
But exactly. And when would be the right time? Like I wish that I could get that whole audience in front of me and be like, when would be the right time? We will let you decide. When will be the right time for him to release another palette? The answer would be never. But then I would say a realistic time. When is a realistic time that it would be good for him to, because he's going to do it regardless. So when would be a good time, right? Whether it's a year, 2 years, whatever it is, you know, but it's like, it would be never. It would be never. Never would be a good time. Never. So
you can't do that. You literally cannot judge people like that. Like seriously, like how are you going to sit here and be like, for the rest of his life, he can't release something? People are hate watching and then wondering why it was number one on YouTube. Because y'all are hate watching. And then y'all can get mad at it.
Yep, it's like, stop watching it then. Oh, why does Shane Dawson still got 1 million views? Well, bitch, because you watching. Right. You watching, that's why. Dang it.
Why is YouTube allowing this? Y'all don't know how the algorithm works. It's because y'all are all clicking on it because y'all don't even get views from the thing. I'm not saying it's bad to like cover it or whatever. I know everybody's got to make their videos do their job. I understand that. But I'm just saying, it's just like, just people. And then everyone was talking about how he was going to release the palette. And I said over and over on Twitter, and I got so much hate for it. I was like, I really don't think he's going to release that palette, y'all. Like, I just feel like y'all are just saying stuff just to say it.
Yep.
And they're like, oh no, he's gonna release it for sure because I know how money hungry he is. I'm like, money hungry.
He made it clear in the first
what are y'all
episode he
talking
wasn't
about?
making it.
Yeah, not only that,
right? That's what
but he released all the dang colors. He gave the dang colors to Jeffree and said use them, and they showed on the dang documentary, if they were paying attention, that each color that was used that they didn't release off of Shane's freaking palette. You know, like because they can't use them twice. What are they gonna do? Put them all together for what? They already done been used? Like what? You know what I mean?
Right.
They're out there. So
when he didn't release it, now they have to hate on how ugly the palette was. Baby, if Shane Dawson didn't get canceled for all that kind of stuff and he released that palette, all of y'all would have been buying it. So I just don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I just saw that situation and I was just like, it's not just that. And I'm not just trying to point fingers as well. Like I said, I fall short with certain things and that's, you know, in that perspective as well. Mm-hmm. But it's just like that type of stuff really is the issue with, you know, internet culture right there. Yeah. Cancel culture, that right there is the internet. I mean, like that's really the issue with the internet. It really is.
The thing that's crazy to me is that Trisha Paytas has done multiple things
so much
in the recent year. I ain't even talking about
it's haven't been a year yet.
It's been like in the freaking recent year. Like before that was doing all that freaking all kinds of DID, mocking DID community, all this stuff. Like, and she's already, half the people already done forgave her.
Yeah,
people
she
act
became
like
a
she
mom
did nothing when she was pregnant too, and she was literally like some housewife fell down the stairs while she was pregnant, lost her baby. She cosplayed as her and was walking down the stairs and made a little TikTok out of it.
Yep,
disgusting.
You're right.
Yep. Can you imagine?
Exactly.
And then not only that, but a lot of people didn't clock this shit, right? And I was just like, I told Rich, and he was like, "Girl, it's not that." And I was like, "No, it is that deep." Because
it is that.
She did a freaking TikTok cosplaying as Snooki, right? And don't get me wrong, Snooki was a tanner. I get it. But that bitch put on some dark, like she was like, and you can't tell me. Okay, people were saying that's not blackface, that's not this. Okay, brown face, whatever you want to call it. She knew what she was doing. And then she was like, the next TikTok was, oh, I'm so glad that people knew who I was cosplaying because I was so worried that they weren't. And people accusing me of this and the third. Yeah, you know what they're accusing you of.
If you were so worried, you knew you shouldn't have done it.
Exactly. If
y'all don't mind me asking.
Exactly. Because she knows her past and she knows what she has done in the past and how people were going to perceive that anyways.
And that she should be the last one to be doing jokes like that or any kind of cosplay like that. Shoot.
Right. But people are still charitable to her, you know? So go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Bunny.
Can y'all help me understand why people use like fake tanners and all that shit? Like, what's wrong with the skin color you were born with? I don't get it.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't really have an issue with people, you know, spray tan and shit. You got a point though, Bunny. I don't know. I don't have an issue with like spray tan or anything. And I'm not saying that Trisha Paytas was doing blackface because she clearly wasn't doing blackface, but it was just she knew how people were going to
what she was doing was she was riding that fine fucking line. That's what she was doing.
Like she loves to do.
Mm-hmm. That's what she was doing.
Like,
So
I'm
I was
Native
just like,
American and I can get a moonburn.
You what?
I don't.
What?
Like, I am so pasty white, even though I'm Native American. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. You're born in your skin color, just own that shit and be like, yeah, fuck off. I'm white.
Right?
I'm not white, but I'm white. Like, I don't get why change that shit for someone else.
Right. I don't know. I mean,
I really don't.
But you know what? I'm with Moral. If you want to walk around town, wherever your little town is, or maybe you're in a city, and you want to walk around your town or Podunkville looking like a little freaking fried up hot Cheeto, or even if you want to look like a freaking Cheeto Puff, I don't care. I don't care if you want to look like Frito Pie, whatever you want to look like. You go right the hell ahead. But don't be fucking doing that and putting it on for a day for a TikTok and then over here thinking that that's all fine and dandy because it ain't. You know?
Yeah, shit's
exactly.
So
that's just how I felt about the Shane Dawson stuff.
Yeah, that's where it's like a difference with, you know, what Trisha Paytas did and you know what I'm saying? I'm really buzzed right now, man. I'm freaking feeling like I ain't even, I'm drinking regular tea and I feel like I'm drinking freaking, what are those drunk teas or something?
Long Island iced
Yeah.
Those types of teas.
Them songs of bitches are dangerous.
For real. Oh my God. Yeah.
Okay, have you guys read or seen any of the articles? There's like several. I guess it's old tea though, of Jeffree Star hazing and then orally raping, R-wording a homeless 19-year-old and then paying him off.
Oh,
they're like accredited sources too on like Insider and like some other ones.
No, I haven't.
Wait, is that the recent?
I have no clue either. Everybody's been trying to cancel him for like 10 years or whatever the fuck. They're all talking about how he was like, you know, a little bit racist or whatever, like pretended to be racist. You R-worded a 19-year-old homeless kid and tased him and then paid him off.
Yeah,
and I believe it too, like because he's like, if you guys have been watching as long as I have, he'll like here and there like joke about paying people off.
Yeah.
Right. Well, how do we know that's true though? Like, did somebody come out and say that?
I mean we don't know.
Read the article.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm ADHD. I couldn't read the whole article, but
I got you.
There's several articles, and so we don't know that it's true. But it's like, how is nobody talking about this with everybody trying to cancel him?
Well, I guess,
and it's crazy. And what does make me believe it is like him bragging about it here and there. If you pay attention.
Well, and I guess not only that, but the fact that he was paid for something, right? Like, what was that payment for? Is my question.
It was like a lot of money too.
And at the end of the day, the only
I think that's how Jeffree copes with it, is joking about it, because that is so crazy, and it's out there, and it's
See,
like the news hasn't crossed over to YouTube somehow.
See, but you got to think about it too. And this is why I didn't even cover all of this, because it's just so much craziness. But you got to think about it too. There was a lot of people that they were saying that person or whatever, that, you know, if anything, the fact that they were like paid off and that they went to, I mean, I don't know. I forget because it was a while back, but I really did look into all of this. And I think, I don't know. I know that people were saying like, why didn't you go to the cops? Like, you should have gone to the cops instead of coming to the internet and stuff like that and all that kind of stuff. And so you got to think that the only people who are going to know if that really did happen or not, and they say believe all victims, they do say that, right? For me, I just feel like I don't know what the hell happened, and the only people who are going to know is the alleged victim and Jeffree Star himself. And the reason why anybody else ain't going to ever know is because obviously if they came to a point where Jeffree paid off this kid, right, or adult or now, right, paid him off, you better believe that there was lawyers involved, and you better believe that there's going to be a clause up in there that's going to state why you can't talk about it. So at the end of the freaking day, we ain't going to know ever.
Right.
So that's
and
why
Jeffree Star did also, he was a victim of a lot of hate crimes too, because of his sexuality. So you never know, that might have came into play as well. So I mean, I'm not sure.
One thing is though, is Jeffree definitely has enough money. Is like, if this person's going around and claiming that he did this and it's not true, he can sue him for slander and legally have that shit taken off the internet. So that's one thing that makes me think it would be
but
true.
then it would also cause a lot of it would put a spotlight on it as well. Maybe that's defending your case, maybe that's not. I don't know, but
I don't know. People would be also able to sit there and say, well, it got thrown out because he has money. Not that he was in the right, that he was able to buy himself that out.
See, and this
You
is
get what I mean?
this is a similar situation that is like with Michael Jackson, you know?
Michael Jackson, I was just about to say that. Oh my gosh, man, you read my mind.
I know, man,
Girl.
you know? And so, you know, it's like, so it really, at the end of the day, that's why it was like, we ain't gonna know. And why am I even freaking covering? Because we ain't gonna know. We ain't ever gonna know. So, you know, the only thing we can do is speculate. And at the moment that you speculate and you're saying all this stuff, you know, and everything is basically, you can give your opinion, but you're going to be giving an opinion based off of a story that ain't even done yet. It got interrupted, and, you know, because Jeffree paid off the kid. So do I think it's strange? And do I think that there is something there that he paid this kid off? Yes, I freaking do, you know, but, what exactly it is, we don't know. And honestly, looking at the pattern of behavior, and I know that there's a lot of people in here who love Jeffree Star, right? But looking at the pattern of behavior, am I going to lie and say that, you know, the things that are in Jeffree's past are there's a lot of very questionable things. I ain't going to lie. I'm going to say 100% that there is. Absolutely. And that's why I've tried to like be neutral when it comes to Jeffree Star, because, you know, I'm not going to be a part of like, you know, everybody bashing him, trying to take him down and jump on the hate train. But I always try to stay neutral, because do I personally care for him as a person and a lot of the things that I've seen that he's done? I don't think so, because for me, and this is an unpopular opinion, right? But for me, like, you got to look at when you truly are giving someone like, okay, I want to see this person change. You look at where they were then and where they are now, right? And when you're looking at the shit that they did then, you got to look at them in the now too, though, right? To see like, did they really change? Do they show any patterns of behavior that can allude to this type of, you know, these characteristics that he's being accused of having? You know, is there any sign of that there? And I gotta honestly say that after sitting back and watching, I definitely saw a lot of things that I didn't think was cool. Like, you know, how he would use his platform, you know, and like, I remember he went after some kid and was talking smack or whatnot. And I was just like, see, that ain't cool. Like, and I get it. We all grow at different rates and we all grow and work on different things when we're growing, and some things we need to work on more. So maybe that was the situation with him. But, as far as with me, that's why I was just like, and that's where I would always tell Rich, like, you and I are going to agree to disagree on that. I know you love Jeffree and I know he's your friend, but I just have my certain feelings, not that I'm saying he's a bad dude. I'm just saying that, when it comes on the scale of like, he's changed or not changed, I'm going to kind of lean over to the left of it because, the behavior, But I will say this. Right. I will say this, though, that since he has moved away from California and he's been on that ranch, I have actually seen him acting more mature. And because if I can recognize the other stuff, I got to give him credit where credit is due. And I do see that. So, and I'm all for people changing. I mean, people they truly do deserve chances. And if he truly has changed, and if he continues for all these rest of the years while he's selling his yak meat and doing all sausages and all kinds of stuff, then, hey, you know what? All right. You know what? You're a cool dude in my book. But I'm still watching. It's basically where I'm at with all that.
Right. No, I agree with you. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah. I don't wish him no ill will or nothing.
He's done a lot of good shit, though.
What?
I will say Jeffree's done a lot of good shit, though.
He has.
Like, he's been donating, very vocal about shelters and, like, helping out kids that can't afford things.
Yep.
Like, that shit is awesome to me.
Yeah, and I've always seen
has by all means no obligation.
And I've always seen
and that's very true.
Yeah, I've always seen him do giveaways and all that kind of stuff. And even that was like something that I was just like, because y'all ain't gonna know.
Yeah, that's all.
One thing to keep in mind though is anybody in the food industry like has to donate a lot of their food or it goes bad and
but he was donating before the yak
most companies
meat.
just don't talk about it.
He donated before the yak meat too, though.
He did. I will say this though,
but
I'm sure he has donated a lot of stuff. I'm sure he has. But I mean, there's a difference between doing stuff in silence and being boastful about it. And I'm not saying that that's what he was doing. I'm not saying he actually didn't have a good place in his heart. But, like Van said, ever since he's taken a step back from YouTube, I definitely have seen, from what I can tell, I don't know Jeffree Star, but from what I can tell, from what I can see, from what he's shown us, it does seem like he's a different person. But I wouldn't use that, because he's donated to charity.
No, you know why?
As a way to validate that.
No, I think that a lot of his actions are absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
I also appreciate the kindness that he has done. Where I've seen a lot of people that are absolutely horrible that don't even attempt to do any kindness.
Yeah, that's
and I've seen people that do the utmost kindness, but then do it for like clout and attention and all that shit. Where to me, it seems like he's doing it kind of out of attention, but also kind of wanting to bring awareness to it so more people think about it and go like, hey, you know what? Just fuck, let's help.
Or there was also a theory that he was doing it because it was to help silence, I forget that if somebody was saying it and I was just like, okay, well, I don't know, but they were doing like a timeline of like what times that Jeffree Star would donate, and then like when allegations and stuff were coming out about him, and it was a theory that like he would do that as a way to like distract from his name being out there with dirt up on it, if that makes sense. So
I kind of agree with.
There's that aspect too. So because of those two things, that's why again I said I'm just kind of watching still on that whole situation.
On the fence, I'm on the fence.
Like
remember when he apologized and he was like, "How can anybody be mad at me when Breonna
Taylor?" Yes, I was just about to bring
that
up.
Oh yeah,
certain
using
stuff like
that, I was like, disgusted. Okay. I was like, "Bro, for real?" Like
that was in the thick of it. Too.
It's like, why are y'all worried about me when this is happening? And it's like, no. You're not about to use other worldly things that are going on to distract from being held accountable.
As soon as he posted it, and he said Ahmaud Arbery's name super wrong, and he went back in and dubbed it over.
I remember that. So that's what I was trying to say. Like, I'm not saying that he hasn't done things out of the goodness of his heart, like donate to charity or whatever that may be. But I will say there's a difference between doing it behind closed doors and like pronouncing it to the world and saying, oh, look at me. I've donated to this. I've donated to that. I've given to this person. I've given to that, and letting everybody know.
Yeah.
There's two different mindsets that come behind that. So once again, I'm not saying he didn't do it, to be a good person. But was he doing it to do a good person to make y'all see that he's a good person, to paint a picture like he's a good person? Because I will say, like Van was saying before, when he was going off on that little kid, I think it was James Charles's brother or something.
Oh, that's right.
You can't be.
You're right.
Yeah, you can't be going off on some kid like that. He's so quick to get angry, and so when people are like that, you just have to watch out for certain things like that.
That's when I was like, ooh, I think you're letting your past show there a little bit. I could see it slipping through.
Because he was going to drop a video. And then he ended up saying he wasn't. That was the whole video. He was like, I'm not going to say it. And then he stepped back. So, after that could have been the turning point for him, for real. I'm not saying that wasn't, because, ever since then, he has been out of the drama, and he has left YouTube, and he has left California, which I think shows big change for real. So I'm not even holding that against him. But I will say you just have to look out for stuff like that too.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I feel. I'm at the same point, and I was looking at the same things like, but you changed. So, but again, like I said, I'm just watching. But it's crazy because there are some people that came forward with stuff that I kind of thought was BS, like that last one on Jeffree, that he went over there or whatever, and he had a picture out there by Star Ranch. Do you know who I'm talking about?
No.
Yeah,
that's craziness.
Yeah,
that is just ridiculous. Y'all are going too far.
No, he
just
went on
looking for
TikTok.
stuff. That's insane.
Yeah, he was on TikTok, and he even showed up a restraining order that Jeffree, or was it restraint? I can't even think straight right now with all the way that my brain is feeling. Anyhow, and so he pulls it up, and when he pulls it out, somebody, because the way that people are on the internet, they be zooming in, freaking making it focus. Ooh, look, this letter looks like I can make out the name. It's right. Like, really? Do y'all have no lives? Like, what?
That's craziness.
So they zoomed in.
That's like that dude that did that thing with Gabby Hanna.
Right.
Well, Jeffrey's Ranch is like a public place on Google Maps. Like, you can Google Map it, and there's towers.
And that's why.
Don't you should go.
Oh my God.
No, I'm just saying.
No,
I
you shouldn't. But that's why
yeah.
I'm saying, hear me out. So that's why, like, I was just like, because that's what he had as proof or whatever, right? That he was over there, whatever. Which it was like, if you were, as taking pictures on the outside, what makes us believe that you didn't have your phone and that you were so eager to snap phones while you was inside? You know what I mean? Like, first of all. Second of all, like, not only that, but it was like, okay, when he showed the documentation that was supposed to be like legal documentation from Jeffree's attorneys, they were looking at stuff, and a lot of stuff was misspelled. There was stuff in there that didn't make no kind of sense, and so it looked doctored, is what a lot of people were saying. So for me, it's like, you mix in the people. It's people like him who make it hard for people to be able to like discern from the really ones that are actual victims.
Look at somebody.
You know what I mean? That's just how I feel.
Right. And that's what I was saying earlier with the whole, if Jeffree Star paid off so-and-so, that could be true. But to be honest with you, people are crazy, and they will literally make up anything just for clout, for TikTok views, and just like quick 5 minutes of fame, and just to say, oh, look, I was here. Yep. And so it's just like, on both sides, it's just maybe
Jeffree,
it looks bad.
Maybe Jeffree paid him off because maybe he was going over there and looking for him and all that, and it just got too much, and maybe it wasn't the first time. These are things that we don't know. And again, I'm not saying that I defend Jeffree, because I definitely don't. Like I said, I'm watching. I don't even have, like, I'm just like, like, I can't even make a, like, I don't know, but
so I know what you're saying.
So, but in order to be one of them people that I say, like, everybody deserves a chance, I'd be a whole hypocrite and a half if I wasn't going to do that, with Jeffree. So, but that's starting with me as of these recent years. I'm not going to just like, oh, he's just total whatever. Like, I'm watching and I see the pattern of behavior. I do. But, over the recent years, has he showed it a little bit? Yeah, but like, I want to, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many instances where there could be a flip side of the coin and that we don't really know what's going on, So it's just like,
right.
I don't know.
And that's the thing. The thing is, we really don't know what's going on. We like to, we can commentate on stuff, but we really have no clue. We literally only see what they show us. So we're pretty much speculating just as much as anybody else, So we can only see for so much.
And that's the thing too, is that the crazy thing is, and again, I ain't defending nobody in this situation. I just think this is one of those things that's crazy. Is like with Trisha Paytas, like literally the whole series that I did on her, I'm literally just showing with her own words and videos how crazy, like the damage, in communities, the cultural appropriation, the racism, blatant racism. All I'm doing is showing all of that, right? And then you got people that, like, when you're looking, like when we're talking about the Jeffree situation, okay, where's the receipts? Are these receipts like 100% like Trisha Paytas on freaking video, like in 4 freaking K being caught doing this shit? Or like, is that what you're giving me? A picture outside the ranch? This is what you give, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just like, that's why for me, I'm just like, and then again, and Trisha Paytas is a saint again. What world do we live in?
All of us, I will never understand. I really will never understand that. Not saying that we cannot, because maybe Trisha Paytas has, changed and she's growing. She released a YouTube video talking about her testimony and stuff like that. And I listened to it. I really believed everything she said. So I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, she's exactly the same, whatever. I don't know. From that video, I got good vibes from it. I'm like, okay, I'm hearing what you're saying, Trisha. But I will say, if we can let Trisha Paytas off like that and so easily be like, oh, she has changed. And I'm like, why can't we do that for everybody else? Just like we should be doing that for Trisha Paytas, we should be doing that for everybody else as well.
Because
why? We like to hold standards very easily.
Because you know why? Because a lot of people, it's like, I think that being a hypocrite, I've heard somebody say, like, being a hypocrite is like human nature. Like, we're hypocrites even when we don't mean to be a hypocrite. We can be a whole hypocrite and not even realize until somebody points it out to our attention, right? And so I think that a lot of people, they're hypocrites and they don't realize, because they literally will show, like, they will literally support somebody like Trisha Paytas, and that's the whole reason why that whole discussion about Shane Dawson even happens, is because y'all gonna sit here and tell me y'all will support somebody like Trisha Paytas, who's, blatant disregard for communities and people and all that was not even a year ago, right? And then you got Shane over here, and not just Shane, but other individuals as well. And then y'all aren't going to do that same thing for them. Like, that's just crazy to me. And that just goes to show that y'all are perfectly fine when it comes to racism and cultural appropriation and all this stuff. Y'all are perfectly fine with it, as long as it's coming from somebody that you like. And that's why. That's why there's that hypocrisy.
I will say in defense of Trisha on one thing, and only this one thing, people really need to leave Malibu out of it.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, that point,
oh, yeah.
People are just nasty.
That is one thing that I do draw the line on.
Yeah.
Yes, she's a shitty
A lot of
person,
it
but
was
leave the kid out
fabricated,
of it.
though. Like, her complaint was like the subreddit, coming
That
after her
subreddit
baby.
was nasty, though. That subreddit was evil.
Of course it was. But
there was some
like
bad stuff on there.
coming after you.
I know,
You're not
I've
gonna,
just
like,
seen a lot
whatever.
of people around YouTube doing it too.
You can't use.
And that's where I'm like, that's not
I
cool.
haven't. Like,
Criticize
who
her
talks
on
about
actual
her
things
baby?
instead of.
Besides how she's treating the baby.
See, and to me, like, okay, everyone when they go through motherhood are different, right? For instance, if people don't know that my son is autistic and they see him having a meltdown and they see me trying to talk him through that meltdown, yeah, they can sit there and go, oh, you're kind of abusing your kid. Like, you're talking down to him a lot when they don't know the whole scenario. Like, I'm a single mom. I literally raised my son since day one by myself. And people could see me absolutely tired, and I forgot to buckle him in one time. I felt absolutely god awful. We barely made it to the end of the driveway before it dawned on me. But I mean, like, everyone has different things. Some parents, they just completely forget for like 20 minutes and then they snap out of it and go, oh shit, wait a minute. Like, there's a million different things that are going on with a parent's mind. And I think people need to give her grace on that one and just leave her kid completely out of it and go, okay, you know what? Everyone has their own journey. Whatever, as long as you are not physically, like, breaking bones, as long as you are feeding her. Doesn't matter how you feed her, as long as she is fed. We're good. Where people really need to draw that distinction line and go, okay, you know what? I wouldn't personally do it, but everyone has their own journey.
I think the reason why I have such a hard time when it comes to showing Trisha Paytas grace is because, like, if you really, really think about it, like, and you can say this, the same can be said with Shane or whatever to a certain extent, and with Jeffree and all that to a certain extent, right? And basically with just anybody that's a human being and who does something bad karmically, it's gonna come back, right? And so, and not only that, but you gotta look at your hand that you had to play in the karma that's coming your way. You know what I mean? So I feel like with Trisha Paytas, like, she knows dang well why this karma boomerang is hitting her in the face, like, with all of this stuff. Like, she's learning why, right? And I know that
It's coming to Molly Whopper.
It's coming to what?
It's coming to Molly Whopper. Basically, Superman punch her the hell out.
Got you.
Oh,
see, I don't watch Marvel. I wouldn't have gotten that.
I was all, wait,
sorry,
what?
it's gamer terms.
Oh, that's why I didn't know. I was
What
like,
I just remember too are people are giving her this grace when she was coming after Hila while she was pregnant.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and that was
that
not
is, I
even
mean, that's
that
very
long
true.
ago. That wasn't even that long ago.
The
So
only
for
thing I'll
me,
give her grace on is with the kid.
oh yeah, for
Like,
sure.
criticize her parenting, but keep the kid completely out. Don't go, oh, I feel so bad for Malibu. You know, you're abusing her.
No.
Just go, hey.
Because at the end of the day, those people don't even really care about her baby. Let's be honest, right? They just want to talk bad about Trisha Paytas.
Yeah,
So like that's what I'm saying. That's just the wrong side of the internet. But Trisha Paytas, I mean, she's reaping what she's sowing, pretty much.
Thank you, Marvelous. Thank you. Have a great night.
Yeah, but she's definitely reaping what she's sowing because she definitely planted that seed, and it's just, you know, her crops are producing what she planted.
See,
and I'm not saying it makes it right.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, go ahead. No, you go.
And that's what I was saying. Like, if you look at it, like, the crops is a perfect analogy, because if you look at it, you know, Jeffree and Shay, although Jeffree has shown to me anyways in certain instances, not recently because he's been doing good recently, like I said, but you know, a little bit before that, he was showing that, you know, there might be a little bit of, you know, some crops that were still like growing, and he just had it in a little secret garden somewhere or something, right? But like when you look at Shane, right, it seemed to me before this whole Destry Smith thing happened, it seemed to me like his crops were dead and gone already. They wasn't sprouting, right. No new seedlings, no nothing, right? Versus Trisha Paytas, she's still got some good crops that are still yielding out there. You know, they're still producing. And it's just like, that's where I'm just like, okay, it's just a different, it's because of those different things that it just makes it. And then not only that, but Trisha is known and for being a troll, right? That's how Trisha made, let's be real, her whole channel, right? And so it's like, for that reason, it makes it hard to know what is a troll and what is real. Are you trolling us right now to believe that you changed, or is this real? Because I'm not even gonna lie, all that stuff with the secret and all that kind of stuff, it seems so over the top that it was hard for me to believe that it was real. And I want to believe that it's real, but that's why it just seemed too over the top to seem like if it was real. But like I said, I hope it is, because do I want to see her change to be a better person? Maybe she realizes, man, I really did do a lot of jacked up shit on the internet. I shouldn't have done that. Maybe she will, and I hope to God that she does. But until she shows otherwise, I'm going to do the same thing with Jeffree. I'm just going to watch because,
Right.
Yeah.
I'm about to hop off in a second, but I will say, if anybody is on the fence about Trisha Paytas, really she uploaded a video on her channel. I would highly suggest you guys go check that out and take a look at it if you care enough,
I might go
she
check
just
it
talks
out.
about her. Yeah, she talks about her whole entire, internet career. She's talked about when she was on drugs. She talked about her dad. She talked about, Moses and all that kind of stuff. So she really sat down and just, and to me, it really seemed very genuine. I mean, compared to all the other, videos. I'm serious. Like, it really seemed genuine.
Well, then maybe, I don't know.
It seemed genuine to me on frenemies, though, and then she went and did everything she was again.
But her demeanor is completely different. I'm telling you, like, I'm interested. It really is completely different. You just have to see it for yourself.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate you. And thank you for always sharing your most real opinions and thoughts on things, because I appreciate that.
No problem. Well, you guys have a good night. Nice talking to y'all.
You too.
Bye.
All right, guys. On that note, I think I'm going to head out too, because I am so freaking tired, man.
Can you tell me what gummies you took? Like what brand and what milligrams?
Man, how many times? I know that I showed y'all this before. It's these ones.
I was at the dog park. I told you.
No, but last stream. I know that I did. I know I ain't crazy. Look. It's not focusing. ZAR. And they're extra strength D8. 25 mg. Let me see if there's a website. Because I know they're online.
Yeah, did you order them online?
Yeah. Well, no, the first ones that I got was at the store that's here. Because they have several stores. And then the second one, I was like, I don't want to go in the store. I'm going to order online because I know they're online.
It's not legal here in Utah, so I have to order them online.
Oh, they probably won't send them to you then. Because they do that whole thing.
Some websites do. It's funny.
They do?
I order from, I shouldn't say that probably, but smiling.com.
Don't say. Why did you say it? You just said that you probably shouldn't say it, and then you went ahead and said it.
Well, they deserve the promo. There's probably more cool people than cops watching.
Oh my God.
That's why I'm so glad I have my green card.
I cannot. See.
That sounds nice.
You see, I think that I ain't gonna get into it. I was just gonna say something and I ain't gonna say it. I don't want to get up into it. I ain't gonna say it. But all I'm gonna say is that you are, this is why we don't agree sometimes.
I said there's cool people watching the stream that would want to know. You disagree?
Stop talking about it. Just stop. Just don't talk about it.
All right.
Dang it.
Okay.
Anywho. Oh, did y'all notice that I got my new, so my son, he is so much like me. Like when I buy presents and I buy really good ones, right? And I'm like, ooh, I just know that this is exactly what they wanted. And let's be real, it's mainly all of the presents. And so I just can't wait. Like, I'm like, okay, I got you something, and I find an excuse like, I know you could really use it, so I'm going to go ahead and just give it to you now, but this is your Christmas present. It's like freaking October. So my son, that came a few days ago, and he told me, I know you're going to see it, because he shares my Amazon account. He's like, I know you're going to see it. So just and he trapped me into seeing it, and I said I didn't see it because he told me I can't log in to see my order. It's not letting me. Oh no, I can't log in. It's not letting me hide my order. Can you help me? And I was like, you got to go in here and whatever. And I was walking him through it. And he was like, look, it's still showing. And then he showed me the freaking screen. And then he goes, oh, you saw it already. You saw it. You already know what it is. I just might as well give it to you. And I was like, no, I didn't see. I just saw a green blob and a red blob. And he was like, oh, well, that's it. That's it right there. You saw it. You know what it is. And I was like, literally, no, I don't. I literally saw red, green. What is, like, I don't know. So then he finally was just like, no, I'm just giving it to you. And so it was a live sign. It's pretty cool. I like it. But since it's so bright, you can't see what it says.
You can kind of tell.
Maybe when it gets red. Oh, look right there. You could kind of see it. You got to squint your eyes a little bit and go see. Oh, right there. You could see it more. You see it? But it still kind of looks...
That looks really freaking awesome.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to see the...
Like, to me, I'm a weirdo. I like it when it's kind of, like, blurred out and has, like, a halo around it. To me, that makes it all the more unique and, like, awesome.
Really?
Where everyone else has cookie cutter and you got, like, something that's actually unique.
I guess I could look at it like that. That's true. I need to stop the typos. Okay, that was a long time ago. Okay, well, girls, I'm going to have to love you and leave you because I am exhausted. I'm so tired, but it was so good having y'all on. I think y'all were the last ones from last time and y'all are the last ones this time too. That's pretty cool.
Technically, I dipped out at like 1 o'clock because I found out, hey, it's 1 o'clock, dip crap. You're supposed to be up at 6. You kind of screwed yourself on that one.
Dang.
Yeah, that was a long one.
Well, hopefully you get some rest after this live stream ends. Maybe, hopefully. Don't go into any more live streams or then you're going to be up for another freaking 3 hours. Just saying. But
I drank a coffee by mistake, so I'm not going to bed till 3 in the morning.
Oh, dang. Well, I didn't drink a coffee, so I am going to bed. But like I said, it was good having y'all on.
Thanks for having us on again.
You're welcome. And I'll see y'all on Sloppy Saturdays, hopefully. Or if not, the next Thursdays.
Yeah, maybe.
Every night at 6 p.m. Central. Don't forget. Bye, ladies.
You'll see me at 6:30.
Good night.
See ya.
That was so good. I had a great time. And let me see if I could do. I guess I'll just do it like this. I had a great time. So I hope that y'all had a good time. Oh wait, what? Who the hell jumped up in here?
I had a great time. So
let me disconnect. There's I think Maddie is still up in there, but she can stay up in there. Okay. So yeah. Thank y'all so much for being here. I really appreciate y'all, like I said, more than y'all understand sometimes. And no worries. Let me make this bigger. Hold up, wait a minute. And I hope that y'all enjoyed the show. And I hope above all that you enjoyed a better mic experience. Because in my opinion, this audio is the best audio that I've ever had on my channel. I mean, what I think. Or I shouldn't say channel. Live stream. So, I'm excited. Did you see the way that my freaking eyebrow went like this? So, I'm excited. It did, right? Oh my God. I'm so glad. Because I was stressed. Y'all don't even understand. I was like, man... Keemstar, one thing about Keemstar, you could say what you want, but he sure does. He knows his YouTube. He knows his investment stuff. He knows talent, and he knows how to entertain, and he also knows about a bunch of equipment. And so when he said my mic was bad, I was like, man. And he said, I can barely watch that podcast because the audio is so bad. I said, I need to fix that. Because the goal is to become one of the greatest. Not the greatest, but one of the greatest. Because hopefully there will be tons of us that are up there that are the greatest. So I just want to be one of them. You know what I mean? Just one. One day. Just one. And I'll be happy. But on that note, hopefully y'all enjoyed the audio. When I get closer, it sounds even better. And I love it. I'm so happy. I think I can pat myself on the back. And I'm still not done tweaking it. I still got a lot to go. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And it's going to sound so good too. So I look forward to it. And until next time, I will see y'all. Oh, Saturday. So you'll miss me tomorrow. But then the day after, you got me. So Saturday,